Meghan Markle, Kentucky law, and attack on manhood. All right, take a picture. All right, cool. Got people waiting on us. All right, that's what's up. Why am I not live? Why am I not live? Why am I not live? Shit, what the fuck is going on? King got me that Crusades book. Damn, shit's moving slow. What's up, honey?
No, he's actually moving slow. They could up fast. The other one took kind of fast.
Here we go. What's up?
Are we live? Or no?
Yeah, we live.
Okay.
Just talk to the people real quick.
Yo, what up, good people? Circle 7 Media. We about to be at it again pretty soon. You know what I mean? But it's setting things up. We in this bitch. Yeah, we most certainly are. What's today? Monday, man. Hope everybody had a good little start of the week on the Monday. Hope people I don't know, people don't even halfway go to work no more. They be working at home. So shit. Hopefully your home / work domicile is doing okay. But we about to get into these 3 little topics today for everybody that's chilling at home. You know what I mean? Get your little shot of whiskey ready, your shot of cognac. You know what I mean? Get your cigar, get your smoker jacket on. We about to dig into these topics. 3 topics. We're gonna dig into 3 topics today. One is obviously the Meghan Markle little thing from the Oprah Winfrey interview yesterday. We are also about to talk about the low sperm count, about how that's the attack on manhood, like the environmental factors that's contributing to the low sperm count in men. And then we're also going to be talking about this Kentucky law that basically makes it a crime to insult a police officer. So those are 3 little topics we're going to get in today. Yeah, man. So I hope everybody's doing well. So I'm just going to kick back. We're going to wait for a second, let everybody pile in nice and slow. You know, got to get a few people in before we start. Yeah. Let me get some water real quick. No, I was going to get the other water. No, I don't think I'll do it. All-Star game at all? Oh, you watched the battle.
I think I seen both. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, man? I don't want the people to think it's a dead cast.
Ah, man. Any of you guys that's in right now, did any of you guys watch that NBA All-Star game yesterday? The drip is in effect. Anybody watch that All-Star game yesterday? I'm going to keep it real, man. I didn't even watch the All-Star game yesterday. Man, be perfectly honest, man, ever since this little coronavirus time, I haven't even been paying attention to sports like that, man. He said Team KD was trash. Yeah, I ain't even surprised. Hey, did you hear about the Nets signed Blake Griffin? Yeah. Y'all out there, do y'all think the Nets is gonna win the chip this year? You think the Nets got it?
Yo, hey, how were they able to afford Blake Griffin? Like, somebody tell me. Like, what happened? Like, no, seriously, how can they afford him? How can they afford Blake Griffin? What? There's no more salary cap.
Kyrie Irving,
Durant, and Harden.
Yeah.
Like, so basically, nobody else get paid no more money on the team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those 4 players get paid, and nobody else get no more money, huh?
Hey, you got those 4 players. You just need some warm-up players on the bench. You need some water boys. That's about it, man.
Yo, but I'm saying though, like, no, real shit. Somebody answer that question. How can they afford that? How does that fit in the salary cap? Did he get bought out? Did Blake? Was it a buyout?
The Pistons own like 21 to the Nets.
Oh, so it was a buyout. Oh, damn! Lakers could have got him then. It was a buyout. They bought out Blake Griffin. Damn. What's so funny?
Nah, he scooped him up for the cheap. That's a good move for him, man. That's a good move for him. It adds a little depth to him.
It's exactly what they needed, man.
It adds a little more depth to it.
They needed like, give me them rebounds.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Set the screens.
Somebody that's more inside. You know what I mean? Because KD, he's more of an outside player. I mean, he can slash and get to the hole and get to the basket, but he's more of an outside player. Same thing with what's it called? Harden's also a player that's like more of an outside slasher type person that got a J but could get to the rim. You know what I mean? Well, Blake Griffin, you got a solid inside man. You know what I mean? Because Blake Griffin ain't gonna be standing around the 3-point line. You know? Because he ain't really taking too many shots beyond like 15, 20 feet. You know?
Can you pass me that pen up here? Thank you.
Yeah.
What's good, Cody? All right, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me like 1 more minute, and I'm ready to go.
Check. 1, 2. You try and adjust the level?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, right. Check. Yeah, I already said that when you left earlier. I told him we was going to talk about.
What are we gonna talk about?
We're talking about the new Kentucky law that makes it illegal to taunt police officers or talk back to police officers. We're going to be talking about the whole Meghan Markle, Oprah Winfrey interview, and then we also will be talking about the effects of our environment is having on the quote unquote sperm count of men. You know, yeah, yeah, that police shit is some bullshit, man. So we about to get into that, talk about it, read a little article about that. You know what I mean? Have a little discussion. So those are the three topics for today.
All right, what up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? Welcome one, welcome all. Yo, I'm Ali Salam,
Yo, I'm Craig.
and man, this is the affairs of men. Once again, if you're new here, so Craig, man, on the weekends, man, I do these battle rap shows. You know what I'm saying? Where I talk battle rap. You know what I'm saying? And so usually when you come like after so they do these battles every other week. Okay. So when you come every other week, I grab I get new followers and new subscribers. You know what I'm saying? So every so often when we come in and do a show like this, I'll have new recruits that I picked up along the way. Okay.
Right.
All right. So like Intimate Liaison, that's a new brother right there. You know what I'm saying? So, welcome to the force, brother. And this weekend, I you know what I'm saying, picked up like 50, 60 new subscribers, man. So it was really, really popping this weekend, man. But man, shout out to Miss 305, shout out to Flint Town, shout out to the one and only T, shout out to Cool Ass Cody, shout out to Derry and Miss Susan, shout out to Ryan, shout out to Mia Shine, shout out to Intimate Liaison, shout out Mr. Cliff, shout out to Dub B. And shout out to everybody that's on Facebook, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody on Facebook. All right, so first things first, man. Let me see. Remember we talked about? Does anybody remember who Daniel Cameron is? Okay. Oh, Damien. Okay, I see you, Damien. Okay, Damien says Law, Kentucky. Okay, got. All right. See my cousin. He there. I see you, cuz. I see you, cuz. Let me. All right. I need to set this up earlier. All right. Okay. All right. So, does anybody know Daniel Cameron? Daniel Cameron. Does that strike a nerve? Does anybody? Do you know who he is?
No.
No.
I do not.
Okay. Daniel Cameron. Daniel Cameron. Let's see. That's his name, right? Yeah, Daniel Cameron. All right, this is who he is.
Oh, yes. Now that I see the picture, yes. I kind of remember the rule.
All right, this man here, Daniel Cameron. All right, Mr. 305, you say no? You must know who he is now. Oh, yeah, him. That nigga. That nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, him. So, he's the Attorney General, that Bama. He's the Attorney General for Kentucky, okay? All right, so, Breonna Taylor, rest in peace. God bless her soul. Breonna Taylor, say her name, right? She was tragically shot and gunned down in Kentucky. Okay, so
For entering her house.
Exactly right. So the brother that was on the case, the Attorney General for Kentucky, is this man. So this man, all right, boom. Now, this man also spoke at the Republican National Convention. First of all, you're out of line. What are you speaking at the Republican, the clown, bozo? What are you doing speaking at the Republican National Convention? What are you doing? Right? Your job is to convict criminals, okay? That your job is not to do no political speeches and things of that nature, okay?
Leave politics for the politicians.
Exactly,
You know
okay? All right, so that's first of all. Now, to find out that this guy here, for lack of better words, that I want to say, this guy here, he has a political father figure. Does anybody know who his political mentor is? His political father figure? Guess.
Clarence Thomas.
Okay, well, I'll say it like this. He's in Kentucky.
Mitch McConnell.
Yes!
Moscow Mitch.
Mitch McConnell. Moscow Mitch. Okay? Yeah, he never presented the entire case to the grand jury. Yes, and he spoke at CPAC, right? I think he did, yeah. So he obviously was already in the works with the Republicans trying to juice the books. So to find out that boom, Mitch called himself the Grim Reaper. You know what I'm saying? He called himself the Grim Reaper.
Yes.
So Mitch McConnell was right now, like right. He's trying to figure out if he wants to continue. He's trying to find out. He wants to retire. Mitch McConnell wants to retire, right? Mm-hmm. And so he's changing the laws to say, if I retire,
he gets to pick
you and who he want to pick. Daniel Cameron. That's who he wants to pick. Okay? So you're already paving his way. Wash my hands, I'll wash yours, right? So what's going to happen is you're going to see this man try to get ushered in to the Senate. Now, if I'm not mistaken, when Barack Obama left his seat and went to the presidency, do you remember what happened?
Blagojevich, I forget how to say his name. Was it Blagojevich tried to sell his seat for some cash, for some Skrilla scratch paper? He ended up having to do some time for it.
Now, it seems to me that I don't know if it's illegal or not, but obviously it's legal if they do it. But it seems like if you're trying to give somebody a seat like that, that might not be the most legal thing. Okay, so.
Well, how is this different? Because usually the governor doesn't the governor usually fill the seat when somebody is vacant?
That's right.
Yeah.
And so I think it might be a Democratic governor. I don't know, maybe not.
Probably not in Kentucky. Because I know, because here in California we filled Kamala Harris' seat with Padilla, right? Or something like that. The Latino dude. I can't think of his name right now. I think it's Padilla.
Governor of Kentucky. Let's see. I can't. Why isn't it not there? It should be right there. Oh.
Is that Andy Berkshire?
Yeah. Why is it? Can you find out if he's Democrat or Republican?
Yeah. Republican run. Yeah, figured that much.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure. All right. See, it's Democrat. It's Democrat. I need you to fact check that. So you see what he's trying to do? Yo, peace, Maurice. Maurice said, "What's up to you?"
What up, Maurice? Yeah, he's a Democrat.
He's a Democrat. You see, so that's probably why. You know what I'm saying? Mitch McConnell, he might be old. You know what I'm saying? He might be corrupt. He ain't stupid.
No.
He a political mastermind. Okay.
Yes.
So
he does a lot with a little.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he's like, yo. So basically, like you said, it's the governor's job. So Mitch McConnell's like, oh, enough. So Mitch McConnell's trying to bypass the governor picking his spot, and Mitch McConnell want to pick his spot, and he's trying to groom him. Now, it's just so I say all that to say, the first story that we're talking about today has everything to do with this man in Kentucky law dealing with police officers. Okay, so what is what's the headline? Right here it is. Right here. Here it is. A new Kentucky bill.
Yeah, will criminalize insulting or taunting a police officer. I want to say it has something, I think, during a time of a riot or something.
So insulting a police officer is going to be what?
Criminal. It's going to be able to prosecute that shit criminally. It's going to be illegal.
Oh, man. Oh, no. That's not good. That's opened up a crazy can of worms. That's opened up a can of worms, man. So why'd you pick this topic?
Well, I think I picked the topic because it's a slippery slope. You know what I mean? Because now you're getting to the point where we always talk about probable cause, right? And so a part of probable cause is you fit the description, even though you might not be a description. They use a whole bunch of loose determined things for probable cause. But now, if let's say they try to stop you on some probable cause shit, but let's say for whatever reason it turns out they're wrong, whatever. But if you say some slick shit to them, now they can turn a mistake into like, well, now I'm arresting you for this. That has nothing to do with the original offense now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem I'm having with the shit. And then just talking about the shit because the shit starts in Kentucky, but you don't want that shit spreading to other states and shit. You know what I mean? So I mean, I just think it's definitely like a slippery slope issue. And then it also becomes like a my word versus your word. You know what I'm saying? Because even a lot of people with the body cameras, I don't think not all the body cameras actually pick up sound. You know what I mean? I don't think. Some of them do, but I don't think. And then you see this shit. Miraculously, body cameras don't be on when it's time for them to be on. You know what I'm saying? So if there's any footage, you know what I'm saying? Like let's say from a ring, from a neighbor's doorbell, or from a surveillance camera from a liquor store, usually that's just video. There's no audio to that shit. You know what I'm saying? So now you're talking about somebody just said something to you.
Oh my god!
And there's no like
my word against your word.
When you're watching video footage, like if I say somebody hit me or somebody swung at me or somebody had a weapon, I don't need to hear the audio to see that happen. You know what I mean? You can clearly see who hit somebody first, who swung first, who ran, who did these different things. But now when you start talking about who said something, how do you know? You know what I mean? Like it becomes your word versus the cop. They can say you said all types of slick shit. You know what I mean? Especially if it's a one-on-one situation where there's no crowd around. You know what I'm saying?
He said, she said?
Yes. Because obviously if you're in a crowd, there might be some witnesses that heard that could verify what was said or not.
So that's another reason, my brothers and sisters, that's another reason to get them phones out. What they say, shoot the police. Like this kind of shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's another reason to make sure you got them cameras out. Make sure you got your microphone. Make sure all of that. Okay?
Right.
Now, here's the thing. Here's how I feel about it before we read the article. How I feel about it is, I don't think, you know what I'm saying, people are gonna be going to jail for taunting police. I don't think that's what it's about. What it's about is probable cause. It's all about the precipice or the ability to come and knock on, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It gives me an extra little tool in my toolkit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I do something goes awry, I can say like, oh, they said this.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm God's honest truth. One time I got pulled over because the police said I looked at him. He said I looked at him. He didn't like the way I looked at him. I was in Torrance and he pulled me over. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about here? So now it's just like, to insult or taunt. Oh, the way, because first of all, a lot of these police officers they're scared. They're scared. You know what I'm saying? Like they be like, oh, I was in fear of my life. Like they really be scared. You know what I'm saying? Especially if like young so-called black Asiatics and young, you know what I mean, dreads, and we don't, you know what I mean? They be terrified. Okay. So imagine that. Imagine if, you know what I'm saying, some brothers look at him, you know what I'm saying? He start feeling all weak and insecure and all recessive, genetically recessive and all weak and, you know what I mean? He got low sperm count and, you know what I mean? He ain't got no body mass. He's just a little weakling, little, you know what I mean? Little, you know what I'm saying? Right, and it's so like, you know what I'm saying? And the brothers just looking at him like this. He gonna be, oh, he taunted me by the way he looked. You know what I'm saying? It gets very slippery. It gets very slippery, man.
That's an interesting point because taunting could be nonverbal.
Exactly.
So it doesn't even have to. You can say, I just feel the threat coming off of him. To his very presence, how he's looking at me. Now you're talking about facial expression.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
So we're reading this from CNN, man. Now they just have one more box to check when they mess with you. That's correct. I smell marijuana. You know what I'm saying? He taunted me. You know what I mean?
And like I said, I really feel like you use this shit when I pull you over and I incorrect on my assessment on something. I now could pull this shit out. You know what I mean? To get to you. You know what I mean?
He wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Like all these things. What are these things? These are like, you know what I mean? These are like those are like the first breach. Like that's the first thing they use to breach the situation. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Wait, what'd you just say?
It's a slippery slope thing that now is a nonverbal type of thing, so they can use this. If the first thing didn't work, they can now rely on this.
Yeah.
And this then becomes hard to prove.
Exactly.
Because if you're talking about taunting isn't always verbal, like you just said. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So now you're talking about facial expressions. You over here talking about, oh, he gave me the finger. You know what I mean? Or something like that, you know?
So, where y'all from? Do y'all have issues with police harassing young black men? I'm going to assume yes, but I just want to ask the question. Yes? What cities, man? What cities are we talking about? The LOL. Can't assume, right?
Somebody got a big old yes.
Inglewood.
You know Hendrix got the yes. All of
Florida.
Right.
Florida. On Earth. Maryland. So, do we have the same issue with black police officers doing that to like, you know what I mean, black civilians?
I think with black officers, sometimes yes, but sometimes no. Because I've had run-ins with black police officers, and I know if that officer wasn't black, it was white, the situation would have been totally different. You know what I mean? So I got to give credit right there.
I've never had a bad situation with a black police officer, personally.
You said you never had a bad situation?
Nah.
Yeah.
No, never.
I can't think of one, but I don't want to say I never have. No. I think when I was younger, now that I'm older, not as much. But when I was younger, I remember I got pulled over a few times by some black police officers. But they was just on some like, oh, you just look too young to be driving. That's why we pulled you over. Because we just want to make sure you were of age. You know what I mean? I used to get that type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm talking about just them stories about, you know, them devil police officers, them kind of things. Like, I ain't had no situation like that. You know what I mean?
Nah. Not the same. No.
Because I was in D.C. That's a chocolate city. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Nothing extra bad, but they can be normal asshole mode. The Spanish cops. Right. I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, the Spanish cops sometimes be just as bad as
trying to be like Europeans. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I can see that.
Spanish cops be just as bad, man. Spanish cops be just as bad.
Shout out to Mo Sincere. I see you, man. Shout out to Cliff. Shout out to Jones 18. What's up, Jones 18? What made you check in, Jones? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Jones? What's up, man? Mia Shine, what up? Can you read Hendrix? What he said right there?
I met a cool Spanish cop, but he was trying to make me run from him.
Damn.
That's what Hendrix. How was he trying to make you run from him? And he was trying to make you run so he could let them shots off in your back. That's what it sounded like. Why would an officer make you run from him?
All right. So here we go. Proposed Kentucky bill will make it a crime to insult or to taunt a police officer. So like Mr. Cliff said, what about just playing a song like "Fuck the Police"? You know what I mean? You playing the NWA song. Matter of fact, like this shit just came on. Like this shit just came on your Spotify. Like you never specifically was like, I want to play "Fuck the Police," right? You just chilling, and it plays, and the police pull up.
Yep. That's when them high beams come on. You know, I mean, them lights come on. Them Christmas lights come on. Pull your ass right over.
Yeah, ain't no gifts though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, fuck the police coming straight from the underground? For real?
A young nigga had it bad because I'm brown? Really?
I got something for you.
Ice Cube, huh? Damn, man. So, a proposed Kentucky bill will make it a crime to insult or taunt a police officer. All right. Hey, guys, and when I read this, I be trying to, like, do my best impersonation of, like, the news media people. Like, I be watching, like, Morning Joe, and she'll be like, I noticed that she like puts emphasis on certain words. She'll be like, Donald Trump said Donald Trump said he will not jump over the moon. And yesterday, Mitch McConnell said it is a crime. Like, I notice like they talk like that. So when I read, I try to read with the emphasis like that. You know what I'm saying? All right. Kentucky state lawmakers have advanced a bill that would make it a crime to insult or taunt a law enforcement officer in a way that could provoke a violent response.
See, that's a slippery slope. That in a way that could like what's the measure of that? What's the measure of that? You know what I mean? How do you quantify that?
What you mean?
It says in a way that provokes a violent crime. Like, first off, that's subjective. Because what one officer might understand and not be feel threatened by, another officer will. You know what I mean? Like it's not concrete. You know what I mean? That's left up to like some subjective. Nah, come on, man. That's some slippery slope shit.
Kentucky state lawmakers have advanced a bill, so it's not in stone yet. Advanced a bill that would make it a crime, okay, to insult or taunt a law enforcement officer in a way that could provoke a violent response. Whoa.
So they mean, like profanity, like using like very obscene profanity on something. Like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Oh man, so really what it is they don't want us to be able to talk our shit.
Nope.
They just don't want us to talk our shit. Cause there's times where that's all we got is our shit talking. We ain't got no gun. We be like, excuse. Hold on 1 second, Cliff. Cause you know what I'm saying? Because one time, I can't repeat all the stuff I said, but one time I got they arrested me. I was out. We were gonna do a show, and I pulled up to the show, and then as soon as we pulled up, right. And I was basically detained for like a whole weekend or whatever. Anyway, when I knew I was going down, and I knew it, I started letting the shots off. I started letting them fly. I was like, you motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? My ancestors did this, you piece of da-da-da-da. Nigga, I've been da-da-da-da-da. I went da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Like, I let them boys have it, okay? You know what I'm saying? You da-da-da-da, you cockers, you know what I'm saying? I was good. And so,
offspring of Yaku. You know what I mean?
I was letting them have it, bro. Because I was going down anyway, man. It's like, man, it was fucking embarrassing and stuff. Like, anyway. So, that's what they don't want. They don't want us to be able to talk our shit. Because a lot of times, that's like I said, that's all the brothers got sometimes. Nigga, they you know what I mean? They 10, 20 deep. You know what I'm saying? They got the guns. They got, you know what I mean? They got the paddy wagons. They got the handcuffs. They got all of that. And so a lot of times the brothers be like, man, if you ain't had that, nigga, I'll beat you. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you was a weenie, da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? And so now it's like, boom, they don't want you being able to say that shit, right? They say in a way that could provoke a violent response. But who's to say what could provoke a violent response?
Yep, exactly.
All right.
Well, because also police officers be carrying shit from the last encounter that ain't got shit to do with you to this encounter. You know what I'm saying? So because this last motherfucker I pulled over was an asshole or whatever. So now the smallest thing I do sets you off. But really you bottled up some shit from something that happened that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know?
It's one of several provisions included in a larger bill. All right, here, let's do that. Let's find out what this larger bill is. In a larger bill that seeks to increase penalties for crimes related to riots. Read again. It's one of several provisions included in a larger bill that seeks to increase penalties for crimes related to riots. This is clearly in response to the summertime.
Yes.
This is clearly legislation. Kentucky be on that bullshit, says Ryan Lewis. This is clearly a response to the George Floyd, Kenosha, Washington, Breonna Taylor protests that happened this summer. All right. A state Senate committee passed the bill last week. Under the bill, a person who accosts, insults, taunts, or challenges a law enforcement officer with offensive or Der, what's that word?
Derisive.
I don't even know what that word is.
Derisive words. Same thing is offensive.
Yeah. Under the bill, a person who accosts, insults, taunts, or challenges. Something simple as that. Nigga, let's go to a fair one, man. Nah, bro. Man, we can't talk our shit no more, man. Damn, man.
But it looks like they just want an excuse to break up a riot too. Not a riot, but I'm saying a protest.
Yeah.
So if you ever having a protest, anything, anybody says anything slick, we pulling you out of that little protest line.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right. Whew. All right. Here we go. Under the bill, a person who accosts, insults, taunts, challenges a law enforcement officer with offensive or derisive words or by gestures.
What up, boss man? See you in the building.
Or other physical contact that would have a direct tendency to provoke a violent response in a public place would be guilty of disorderly conduct in the second degree. The offense would be classified as a Class B misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jails and fines up to $250.
Yeah, that's the way this to get you. That also sounds like a little money grab too. That's what that shit sounded like. Like, oh man, let's get some money in our coffers. You know what I mean? Hey, how they be acting like there's quotas for parking tickets? Oh man, we need a couple little we need to get that quota filled for that taunting and insults law. You know what I mean?
This is gonna be called a shit talking law. You know what I mean?
Exactly, little shit talking law. Give it 90 days, we get that $250 fine.
Nah, they're gonna be like, look, man, you said bitch ass nigga 3 times. You said punk ass white boy 4 times.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
you said my mama was a scallywag
3 times.
3 times.
So that means you get 10 counts. You know what I mean? 10 counts of shit talking. You know what I mean?
That'll be $2,050.
Jeez, my God, bro.
Would that be check or cash? You know what I mean? Would that be check or cash?
Wow. Wow. That particular section of the bill includes language around, quote, intent to cause public inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm. An apparent reference to demonstrations in Louisville and other cities last year. We was just saying that.
Yep.
We was just saying that, man.
It really sounds like they don't want you to peaceably assemble. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
Well, because when you have large groups, large gatherings, let's just say you have a little protest march, maybe 500 people are there, which is 500 people is a lot, but it's not a lot at the same time. You know what I mean? All it takes is for one person to say some old slick tongue shit, and now you might be breaking up the whole shit. You know what I mean? On some like, oh, I feel threatened, da-da-da-da-da, he said this, so now the whole group got to disperse. You know what I mean? And now you got a law to back you up on that shit. When this law passes, or if this law passes.
So, Bossman makes a good question. What about your First Amendment freedom of speech?
Yes.
So, how they try to get you is because it's violence. That's how. If you notice, the language in this particular bill is saying leading to riot, leading to violence, violence. Because supposedly, you know what I mean?
There's always been limits on free speech when it comes to violence or other people getting hurt.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Just like an example is you can't yell fire in a crowded theater because you know a stampede might happen and people get hurt. You know what I mean? So for the freedom of speech argument, they're going to say it's just specifically because you're trying to cause violence. That's going to be the loophole. But the problem is that the shit just says the shit is nonverbal too. Like it encapsulates gestures. You know what I mean? So you can't even make a gesture that he could perceive as threatening. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. This is some slippery slope shit. Yeah, definitely some slippery slope.
You want some more water?
You know what I mean? Yeah. No, they definitely gonna try to get niggas on this shit left and right, man. They just don't want you to protest. That's what it comes down point blank. You know what I mean? They're gonna pull somebody over. They're gonna shoot somebody in the back for running. There's going to be some type of protest or march or demonstration or public people speaking about it. And when the police come, they basically want you on your best behavior. You know what I mean? You can't say nothing. You can't mumble no word. Because as soon as you say some shit that's out of line, they're gonna use this law to crack your skull.
But think about the vibe and the energy of what's happening at a protest, right? Like they just bodied my man, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? His blood is in the ground, right?
Right.
The police, y'all getting away with it again. Mm-hmm. We're mad. Right. We're mad. So we're over here. You know what I'm saying? We're over here. We got our signs or whatever. But we talking hella shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, oh man, y'all man, because we're, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, okay.
So word? You got that to say?
Arrest.
Assume the position.
That's what that is, man.
Right.
That's what it is. Because they told you that this was specifically after the protests in Louisville, So what this all about is them. Thank you, Wall Girl. What that is all about is, at the next time that I guess there'll be one of these protests after they slain one of our brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That the next time the brothers is around and they talk a little bit of shit, you know what I'm saying? They have these laws right here, man. We got to make sure, see, that's another reason why we got to vote, you know what I'm saying? Whoever voted for this in Kentucky, you got to get these people out of there, you know what I'm saying? If they start bringing this legislation to our hoods, wherever y'all from, you know what I'm saying? I asked y'all where y'all from, you know what I mean? A lot of y'all said Florida, you know what I mean? Nevada, wherever y'all from. Y'all got to make sure that shit don't fly, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anything?
No.
All right. Cliff, go ahead, man. Phone number is wide open for you to call in. Now is a good time. If you would like to talk about this particular situation.
Yeah, nah. They try to make just in case a little protest pop off. Me and you both know they ain't gonna just use that shit just for a protest. You know what I mean? They gonna use that shit for routine traffic stops. You know what I mean?
Yes, they are.
They gonna use that shit for routine traffic stops. You say anything. You
anything.
Know what I mean? Oh, can I get your license, registration, and identification? You say anything they can perceive as a slick. Oh,
call Cliff.
I need you to step outside that car, sir. Yeah, I need you to step outside that car. Man, this is the question. Hey, speaking of cops pulling you over.
Keep going.
When a cop pulls you, have you ever been asked what job you have?
No.
Nigga, the last like 2 or 3 times I got pulled over, the cops asked me specifically about my job. And I always thought that shit was strange as fuck. You know what I mean? I'm like... But again, they can sit here and ask you any old question that you know is inappropriate for what the situation is. You know what I mean? Like, you pulling me over because a tail light is out or whatever. You know what I mean? Okay, nigga, the tail light is out. Write me my ticket or my fix-it ticket for the tail light being out.
And be gone.
And just let me go about my business. Like, why are you asking me all these other who, what, wins, and the whereabout type questions? You know what I mean? Like, oh, but where do you work at? Because, nigga, the last 3 times I got pulled over, I got asked that question.
Damn.
To the point, I was like, does anybody else get asked? I knew nobody else got asked this shit, but I'm wondering why the fuck you niggas asking me this shit. You know what I mean?
Well...
Nah, but I remember, because we're talking about waiting for Cliff to call.
No, he called. We waiting on... Just keep going.
Oh, because we're talking about getting rowdy possibly with the cops. I remember this one time, I was at the...
you about to tell a story?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Hey, go ahead, Mr. Cliff. Thank you for calling Circle 7 Media, man.
What's good, Mr. Cliff in the building.
Yo.
What's good, Cliff?
Hey. Well, what up, Craig? Hey, I think it's a micro and, at a major level, man. Like, you called out the big level, like, when it comes to, like, peaceful protests and things like this. Black Lives Matter is technically looked at as, like, anti-police organization.
Yeah.
So literally just them showing up under their banner can probably be, like, under this law, can probably be looked at as a crime.
Right.
Like, just alone, just because it's an anti-police organization. And even if they do get away with that in a vague way, or if they finagle past that part, if they have signs or things that say, that show discontent, because that word you said, what was it? Derisive,
derisive,
whatever.
Offensive and derisive language or whatever.
derisive is basically showing, what was that? Showing discontent, or like basically showing that you're upset about whatever the fuck.
Well, it's basically you can't show emotions, you know? As soon as you show some emotions, you can take it as a threat. That does any of these
Yeah,
things.
so at a
It's
protest,
so
you're not allowed to be upset.
That's what
You
it
know what I
sounds
mean?
like to
And
me.
And so that's the big level, right? For like gatherings. But then they kept it so vague. Like that language being used is so vague. Like basically, I tried to jump in and call earlier because one of the first sentences y'all used, it said something about any thing you do that can possibly start violence or be what was it, perceived.
Yeah, let's say Kentucky state lawmakers have advanced a bill that will make it a crime to insult or taunt a law officer in a way that could provoke a violent response.
Wow.
That's the first
So
sentence.
check
Is that the
this out.
sentence you're talking
That's
about?
the one I jumped in on because
Yes, okay.
because basically that's saying that's also vaguely covering any of their assaults that they can get sued for.
Huh.
Because if they fuck you up, now it's your fault.
Hmm.
Because you did something that could taunt them into beating that ass. You know what I mean? So it's like basically they just have to sell that you taunted them enough. Because if you just taunted earlier, oh, he taunted me. Well, that's not against the law. The city's still going to get sued for, you know what I mean, however much money because you hit that dude with a club. You know what I mean? But now it's like, oh, he had a gesture.
Now he committed a crime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's technically
be innocent.
Yeah. Now it's technically a crime. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And they can, and this is the thing, they're going to use that because it sounds so vague. They're going to use that for when you actually did nothing wrong at all. And if you get disturbed or even show that you're disturbed,
that's what it is.
You're taunting so that, he showed this, so he didn't follow. Like, they already do pull that shit.
Yep.
Stop resisting. Like, you could be completely not resisting, just talking with loud volume or being intense or nervous. And they'll pull you out your fucking car.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because,
So
like
it's
I said,
now it's like, this is more leaning towards them not getting sued or getting in trouble.
Right.
And them having more reason to just cover their own ass.
Yep.
I mean, it was a great HR move by Kentucky lawmakers that they're trying to protect their police.
Yep. No,
like an HR move, like we ain't going to get sued in Kentucky. We going to save some money. You ain't going to get no lawsuits on us. It's their fault that we fucking them up. So that's on the smaller level, the micro level. But then, like you said, Greg, man, just in general, like peaceful protest, it's going to have a whole new look on it.
Hey,
well, like I'm saying,
hey, hold on, Cliff.
Dash cams on the car, because most police paddy wagon cars have a dash cam on it, but the dash cam does not pick up audio. The dash cam only picks up video.
Why is that the case? We got phones and all kind of technology that do all kind of shit. You mean to tell me you can't pick up no goddamn audio?
Well, I think some of the body cam pick up audio. But I'm talking the dash cam in the car.
All of them.
Audio. You know what I'm saying?
All of them.
So,
come on, man.
Wait,
hold on. We got rovers on Mars.
So I'm saying that's the part. So now that there's no audio, I can say you said some shit that you didn't even say. There's no audio to disprove me. You know what I mean? Because the video could just show that we're talking. You can make up what was said. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And yet people down here talking about the fact that Kentucky's a commonwealth as well. And
what does that mean?
I don't think that has any difference, though. But tell me.
Me neither in this case, but it's like a lot of commonwealths, that basically the people, how the laws are shaped. It's like, I'm trying to put it.
Because I remember this came up.
If I'm in VA and it's a commonwealth, and it's like sometimes they just do shit like,
I remember.
What were you gonna say?
I remember this came up before, and we looked up what is a commonwealth, and it's really a synonym to state, and there really is no difference. It's just verbiage used. I don't think there's a legal distinction between a commonwealth and a state. I may be wrong.
It has some. I thought it had something to do with like prices and like
What'd you say?
some of the laws and how they're voted on, and I have to relook at it. But I've been lost in the sauce for a little bit. All I know is that they used to be stricter because it was like more race related. A lot of these commonwealths.
Have I looked at the
race
laws?
related.
You're talking about the laws of commonwealth? I'm not sure your question.
Yes,
Yeah.
like how
Well,
they're voted on, and
I don't think
just
there's
the
much
type of
difference,
people
like
that
you
are.
Shout out to
How
Junior.
they,
Let me read Commonwealth.
yeah, I can't remember that right now.
It says a commonwealth is a term used by 4 of the 50 states of the United States in their official state names. Commonwealth is a traditional English term for a political community founded for the common good. As such, they share a strong influence of English common law in some of their laws and institutions.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Let me see what's the difference between a common. Let's see. The distinction is in name alone. The commonwealths are just like any other state in their politics and laws. There is no difference in their relationship to the nation as a whole. When used to refer to U.S. states, there is no difference between state and a commonwealth. The distinction is in name alone. So yeah, there's no difference.
Yeah.
We don't think there's no difference.
It might be.
Those states that
It might be
hold
minor
those states that hold that Commonwealth title, the streets talk like they be on that race.
Yeah, those are the Confederate, those are the good old boys type shit.
Yeah, basically.
Basically, what you're saying is there is no legal distinction between a name, but it's a cultural distinction in that name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Well put. Because even out here in the DMV, it's like, oh, nigga, you live in the Commonwealth. You better watch out. It's like for example, just like domestic abuse law. Like, oh, if you close the door in front of her before she walks out, nigga, you can get jail time for that. Or like, if you even suggestfully pull her coat, like, nigga, that's like punching someone in the face in D.C.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of laws where it's like, you know what I mean? They all base that on the fact it's a commonwealth, but back to the main thing. I just think these vague laws are starting to, like, we're starting to see the real divide that has just
Always been there?
by the last regime that was in there.
Yeah.
In the White House. Like, we're starting to see the divide even more, and it's starting to be more publicized.
Yeah.
Damn.
Where the country is split, people are like, you know what? We're this state. We still rock with this. We might have lost that presidential election, but check this out. Our state, we're going to go like this.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We're still going to take control of this. If they ain't going to handle BLM for us, we going to handle BLM.
Yeah. Yup. That's right.
So that's just, this shit sound like. And it's covering the police thing. It's like a big divide in the country because a lot of places want to show support to the police officers. So with something like this, it shows like that sort of support, and also, like I said earlier, it's going to try to save them some money.
Got you.
Let them legally cover their back.
Yeah.
Stop bullshit. But that's all.
Okay.
Y'all stay up. Have a nice one.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Yep.
All right. So that opens up a phone line. If there's something you would like to say based on this topic here, we're talking about Kentucky. We're talking about the law that is basically like, here's the thing, man. They have these like tester, like they call California. I forget what they call.
Bellwether state.
Thank you, man. Thank you. What is that? What does that mean?
Like bellwether state, meaning, like you said, it's like a little incubation chamber where like things are studied and tested at, and then if it's success, we'll move it on to other states.
Exactly. Bellwether, right? So a try-me state. So basically, yeah, like they, you know what I mean? They'll test it out over there, and then trust me, they're gonna roll it out.
Yep.
To, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. We gotta do a little case study. We're gonna see the pros and cons first, and then we'll tweak it as needed. You
exactly.
Because you might have a couple little unintended consequences. You know what I mean? So you kind of tweak it. You know.
Yep. Real shit, Craig. Yep.
Yep.
That's facts. So yeah, man. You know what I mean. Before we go to the next topic, if you would like to talk about this topic here, you know what I mean, give us a call 424-261-3107. 424-261-3107. I think that we got to be careful. We got to be careful, guys, because it seems like they're just real quick. This on a side note. This is something that I noticed right now. The past election was a big deal. Okay, it was a big deal. The Republicans passed a tax cut that was almost like $2 trillion, and that was basically a big ass paycheck to the rich people, right? The super rich.
Right. And corporations.
And corporations. They said the top 0.1%, like some crazy shit, right? So that was under Donald Trump regime, right? The Republicans, the get money guys, you know what I'm saying? The corporates, you know what I mean?
Yeah, show me the bag.
Yeah, the bag. yeah.
Greed is good.
The NRA, you know what I mean? Guns,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, pharmaceutical companies, moving pills. They're gangsters, man. Guns, drugs, everything, right?
Guns and butter.
Right? So then the election happened, and now it's a Democratic regime, right? With a Democratic Senate and a Democratic House, right?
Thin margins.
Thin margins.
Thin
as the hair on my chinny chin chin. You know what I mean? Now, but a $2 trillion paycheck, but for who? Us. Right? The Democrats just passed a $2 trillion, you know what I'm saying, stimulus for us, where we're going to get $1,400 checks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to get write-offs. They're trying to get rid of some of our debt.
No, I got a breakdown of. I had a graph of what some of the shit was. Yeah, this is our breakdown of what all the stuff was.
Oh shit! I didn't hang up. Okay, so yeah, you are on my Wi-Fi. Okay. So wherever that picture is, okay, so watch this. So now, all right, so find that picture. Go to that picture again. Watch this. Oh, you went to your gallery? Okay.
Well, that first time I didn't.
Oh, yeah. I know. So go to how you went to it the first time.
Okay. Well, I had.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right, so go one. Touch it. Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, boom. So upload to photos. Anyway, and so what's gonna happen is now you're gonna be able to put it up there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I will get. We'll do it again later. So send that to me. That picture. Just email it to me or text it to me.
Okay.
Actually, text it to that number here. That 424-261.
Okay.
261-3107.
Oh shit.
424-261-3107. Oh well, forget it. All right. So the point of what I'm trying to say, thank you, bro. The point of what I'm trying to say is there is a difference between elections. So the Republicans say all the time, election got consequences. Election got consequences. Election got consequences. All right, it's clear. You get the Republicans up in here. The top rich and the corporations get money. Now it's their theory that when the rich people get the bread, that eventually the money comes back down to us. That's what they say. But in all actuality, it don't happen. Now, the Democrats is there, and now the Democrats, they, you know what I mean? They're trying to get $15 minimum wage and the whole nine. Thank you, brother. All right, now. So Craig sent this to us. The trigger down fallacy. So this is where he say the money goes to. Wow, that's a good chart right there. So what are some of the things you see, man?
All right, so this is basically, I mean, because obviously we're talking about the checks that we're going to get, which is this blue portion, but it's not just.
Damn, that shit is not even 1/4 of the money.
Nope.
Y'all niggas thought that shit was all of the money.
Exactly. So obviously,
it will never pass.
$424 billion is just the $1,400 checks that everybody's gonna get. The families are gonna get if the kids are under 18, whatever. But you got $350 billion that's going to state and local aid to prevent layoffs and service cuts, meaning because of the pandemic, you haven't been. Local governments and state governments haven't been able to collect the same tax revenue that they have. You know what I mean? And so this money is basically to kind of help give to maybe some states, local governments to keep at least services kind of at least keep going. You know what I mean?
Wow.
A little something for unemployment insurance. So we got that $246 billion for the unemployment insurance, which is probably to keep it going, because right now they've been putting a little extra gravy on everybody that's been unemployed. They've been putting a little extra gravy on your rice. You know what I mean? So, but in order to keep that going, they got to fund it. You know what I mean? Or else it's going to drop back down to what the regular levels would be. You know, you got $219 billion, which is the tax credits and aid in child care for families. So that's just to go for tax credits. $178 billion is going to reopen schools and higher education.
Whoa, how much?
$178 billion is to reopen schools.
That's a lot of bread, man.
So that's probably all the things that you need to reopen schools. You know what I mean?
Damn, man. Because listen. When you reopen schools, the rest of the economy finally gets open, man.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's a big part, man.
Yes. We got $176 billion going for vaccinations and healthcare, which is probably like the aid in the distribution of the vaccine, because America, we don't have no medical infrastructure to handle shit on this scale.
That's right.
So right now, people are getting their shots in parking lots. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like Dodger Stadium and the Forum, you know what I mean? Like, come on, what kind of medical shit is that? You getting a motherfucking shot in the parking lot? We have $109 billion going to farmers and small businesses. We have $47 billion going to FEMA and disaster relief. I have a sneaky suspicion that that's probably because of Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it probably happened, they probably snuck a little something in there for Texas. Like, Texas got that, and I will kind of slide that in this bill under the FEMA disaster relief. You know what I mean? $17 billion is going to veterans. That's some pork spending. You got to throw something in there to get the bill through.
Is that what they call pork spending?
Yeah, you got to grease the skids a little bit. You know, you got to put a little butter on.
I always heard that, but I never knew what it meant.
That's just, you got to throw something to get people to vote for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, oh man, I got this little so and so project back in my state I need. You know what I mean? $25 billion is going to restaurants and bars, which it makes perfect sense because obviously they've been hurt. Especially if you were like a little nightclub or whatever. You hadn't been to operate this whole time.
No fault of yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So then we got $40 billion going to renters and homeowners, and then another $45.
Thank you. I could use that.
Another $45 billion that's just labeled as other, and that's basically the package as a whole.
So there you go. That's the bread. You know what I mean? That the Democrats gonna try to pass. You know what I'm saying? So this whole election that just happened, man. Like, literally, it was the most popular election ever, okay? Like, Donald Trump got the most votes. There's no Republican that got more votes than Donald Trump. Right? So, Donald Trump received the most votes from any Republican, period. Right. Matter of fact, Donald Trump got the most votes in United States history. Except Joe Biden got 7 million more. 7 million more. So think about this for a second. You're the Republicans, right? You turned out basically you can't turn out no more people. You know what I'm saying? At this point, you cannot turn out no more people. And you lost by 7 million already, and you lost the popular vote already in the past like 2 or 3 elections.
And you look at that map and you see that population shift, that demographic shift.
Exactly, right? So boom, if you're like exactly, right? You're like boom, our numbers is down, you know what I'm saying? People are leaving the Republican Party too. That's another thing. The Republican Party itself, the voters, is getting smaller and smaller and smaller because more people are leaving than people are joining. Okay, so it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So they already had a huge turnout and still lost. They're not having as many babies. You know what I'm saying? They're not inclusive, right? So what hope do they have to win elections in the future?
They try to limit people voting.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Craig. Yes. That's exactly what they do. They try to suppress the vote. They trying to get you brothers and us brothers to not vote.
Yeah.
That's
Well, they do that by various methods. Obviously, you have the voter ID method, but then you also have the less voting places. You know what I mean? You limit the windows, like early voting and all that type of stuff. You start trying to make that stuff harder.
like,
you know?
shouldn't national voting be a national holiday? Like, it's like, come on, it's the fabric of our whole democracy. We should have the day off, okay? And everybody votes on that day. It's only our country, right? Like that is almost the definition of what a holiday should be. Okay? So, the reason why I say this is because there's been a slew. There's been a smorgasbord. There's been a preponderance, yes, of voter suppression legislation that's flying everywhere. So on state level, federal level, everywhere, the Republicans are trying to get us to not vote. That's what they're trying to do. Okay? So I'm just saying, like, that's their only hope, right? And so I just want y'all to look out for that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to try to get us to not vote, right? So, you know what I mean? Cherish your vote, brothers. Cherish your vote. That's something I wanted to tell y'all, man. All right. So, what you want to talk about next, man?
We'll talk about that Meghan Markle interview with Oprah Winfrey.
Did y'all see Meghan Markle interview?
I'm going to be honest, man. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched part of it. You know what I mean? I watched part of it. I probably watched like maybe 20, 25 minutes total.
Okay, and when you saw it, what was they talking about? Because I didn't see it at all. So,
there was she was talking about her relationship with I guess the hierarchy of the royal family in Buckingham Palace or whatever. And she made obviously a very clear distinction between the people that are the royal family and the people that surround the royal family that make things go. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously you have the royal family, but like then the royal family has assistants, PR people, news people that you know what I'm saying, coordinators or whatever that make it go. So she made a clear distinction. Meghan Markle made a very clear distinction. She said that the Queen of England was actually Queen Elizabeth was actually pretty nice to her. And so she made it seem like, for the most part, that she didn't have no smoke with the Queen Elizabeth. So that it was kind of like these other...
So the whole interview is about who she likes and how she's being treated? God damn. It's really not... right? It's all about, like, what she went through? Like, there's no news?
Well, it just, I guess the news was it dispelling certain rumors and news articles, because there was a lot of like news articles coming out the last year or two or whatever about Meghan Markle. So she was going through and dispelling what was true and what was not true about these different like articles or whatever. So an example was there was an article about she made Kate what's his name wife. Kate, they used to call her Katie. But Kate Middleton, that she made Kate Middleton cry or whatever because of something about the wedding or whatever, and then she actually goes into that story and says actually the reverse was true, that Kate actually made her cry, but the news had got it wrong, and she was just upset because basically nobody that was supposed to be on the royal family side, like I said, the PR people had corrected the news people. So basically all the royal family knew the shit was fake or false, but basically nobody that runs that royal apparatus came out to defend her or correct the record. And a lot of it was that. It was like the royal family or the people that helped the royal family were not correcting the record on certain issues or whatever.
All right.
And then she also got into comments. She would not name who the people are or whatever. That they had talked to Prince Harry about like, oh, you got to be mindful of what color your baby might turn out type of shit. His skin might be a little, have a little shade of olive on it. You know what I mean? Come on, a little Mediterranean, if you will. So she got into that whole
First
shit.
of all, she's barely Asiatic, man.
Well, she's half black.
But like she's bare. Like their baby is probably gonna be very pale skinned. You know what I'm saying?
Baby
like,
is pale skin.
Yeah, they ain't got too much to worry about. All right, here's the thing. So my whole thing.
No, boss man, I told you I watched like 25 minutes of it. No, boss man, so hope my wife told me that. No. I tuned in for like 25 minutes, man, because I knew we was gonna talk about it a little bit today. So I wanted to at least watch a little
research.
Bit. Yeah, they gotta do a little field research.
You gotta do some research.
You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta touch my toe to the pond a little bit.
Is she pretty? Is she pretty to you?
Meghan Markle is a good. If I'm on my scale, she's like a 7.7. She's not an 8. She's like less than an 8, but she's about a 7 and some change.
I like my chicks a little darker.
Yeah, I mean she's cute. She's definitely cute.
But look.
But then also yesterday's interview, she was pregnant, so she's not. She has like her little pregnant weight on.
Brothers, she's fine, man. Y'all tripping.
She's fine.
She's fine.
You think she's fine?
Yeah, she's fine.
Nah, nigga, she ain't fine. She's cute. Y'all niggas be giving an extra point for light skin though, man. That's really what y'all niggas be doing.
You talking to me?
I'm talking to people saying she's an 8.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, man, you talking about me?
No, niggas be giving extra points, man. Like, oh man, I like her hair, I like this.
What y'all think, man? Is she fine or no, man?
Niggas say yeah. I don't know. I mean, Prince Harry's giving up being a prince for somebody that y'all say is an 8. Y'all nobody saying she was a 10. I will say that much.
Ain't no such thing as a 10.
Ain't nobody said a 9 either then.
Yeah. All right. So, here we go. First of all, there's no news here. Okay? What we're doing is we're talking about how she's been treated. That's tabloid sensationalism, right? Welcome to England. Like, that's what England is all about. Tabloids, what's going on, who said what, Now, let's be for real. When I try not to give too much personal information, but let's just say I'm pretty sure in your family and mine, when somebody is pregnant, I'm pretty sure you ask, I wonder if the baby's going to have green eyes. Oh, I wonder if the baby is going to, have wavy hair. Oh, I wonder if the baby is going to be darker than me. Like, right?
Right.
So, what you know what I'm saying? Another thing. Wait a minute. It's really big news. It's really big news that Europeans are racist? Like, that's the news?
Well, see, that's like, shit. I don't understand what Meghan Markle was thinking was going to happen. I really think she thought it was going to be like a Disney story, and she was going to just like walk in and be a princess and just kind of like chill up in the castle somewhere and get fed some grapes and maybe just do a couple of photo ops and waves like this and be on the float going by. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like part of being the royal family is a business.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
So she wanted it seemed like she didn't want the business side of what came along with it.
Yeah, like, yo, so it's like she want everything. She want the fame and she want the pomp and circumstance, but she don't want the work that go with it, right? She don't want the scrutiny. Well, that comes with it. Okay, that comes with it. So just let's be very clear. this sister, she's from Los Angeles, right?
Yes, she is.
So what's her story about her, man?
She went to an all girls school, which is in the she went to high school at an all girls school called Immaculate Heart.
Oh, she went to Immaculate Heart?
Yeah, she went to Immaculate Heart. So Immaculate Heart is an all girls school that is in like the Los Feliz area of Los Angeles. So Los Feliz is basically the area that is right kind of close to the Hollywood sign, is the way I could describe it for people that aren't familiar with LA. It's not too far from the Hollywood sign, which is by Griffith Park and all that. You know what I mean? So she kind of went to school right kind of close to the LA Zoo.
Have you ever dated any girls that went to EMAC?
I went to dances there, but I haven't dated a girl.
Immaculate Heart. They say she's from Crenshaw. That's what they say.
I don't know. But I don't know. People say, I also hear that nigga when she was even at Immaculate Heart, she wasn't really even kicking it with the black people all that tough like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, first of all,
who cares about that?
Yeah.
I don't care about
yeah, all right. So, now, so like Cliff said, in other news, you know, water is wet, right? Like, one of the reasons why I like bringing this story up is because I have this here.
Marie says she grew up in Baldwin Hills.
Baldwin Hills? Okay. All right. So, the Black Kings of Europe. Okay? So, a lot of times when we look at these European dynastic families and stuff like that, in modern days, they're Europeans, right? In modern days. But if you go back through history, a lot of them are so-called black people. A lot of them are Asiatics, okay? All right. Like, I'll never pass up on a situation to talk about Moorish history, okay? All right. So, if you put coat of arms, let's do European. If you want to, go on Google and put European coat of arms. Okay? Boom. Let's see. Cast. Okay, so boom. Matter of fact, let me do it like this. Hold on one second. Peace, brother. All right, I put Moorish European coat of arms. All right, look at what we see here. All right, the first thing is I've never seen this one before. So you have look, you got the Moor here, right? Asiatic. Boom, right? Look what here you have here. Look, woolly hair. The woolly hair. The earrings, right? Moorish, okay? Another one. See, I don't know if you guys can see it. That's a Moor. That's a so-called black man right there, okay? Look at this one here. Look at this one here. The Moors, okay? European coat of arms. See, it says Negro coat of arms. You guys can't read it, but it says Negro in coat of arms. Okay? Then they have different ones from different parts. Oh, look, Black Moor. Look at that. Black Moor. Black Moor. Okay? Black Moor. You're familiar with this, right?
Yeah, well, not every single coat of arms, but yes.
Germany. Get a bar. Germany. The Moors in Germany.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's get a bar.
But I know it signified different things in different
countries.
Talk to me. I know like in Italy, like if you have some of them, I forget the exact way, but if you have the Moor in the family shield, it meant that you fought against the Moors. You know what I mean? So some of them was because you had maybe Moorish in your family,
yes.
whatever.
Yes.
In certain countries, it meant you fought against the Moors. You know what I mean? Like we helped expel them from this in our family, and we might have killed a couple in battle and all that type of shit, so you can get a Moorish head.
So why were they at war with the Moors?
Because the Moors used to occupy parts of Europe, whether it be Spain, Italy.
Scotland, Germany. Yeah,
yes.
we was, you know what I mean? The Venetians, Venice, yeah. We was up there, you dig? We were the one that brought all the science, all the swag to Europe. So what I'm trying to tell you, so when you see these ancient European, like the queens and stuff, they wasn't always European now, okay? They wasn't always Europeans, man. A lot of them were so-called black people, or Moorish, what you guys would call black people, okay? And don't think they were slaves neither. Don't think they were. Why would a slave be at the top of a Scottish coat of arms? Okay. Look at all of this stuff, man. It's everywhere, man. Look at this stuff, man. And now you start getting into names. Like, start putting your. So now when you hear names like Morrison, Maurice. Right, yeah, Saint Maurice. Yeah, he was a big guy. Saint Maurice, a big time Moor. All right, look at this one here. Look.
Yes, your name, Maurice. Your name literally means Moor.
Yeah, Maurice. Yep. Maurice, the Moors, right? Yes, Cliff. This is the one I wanted to show people. Yo, Cliff, can you screenshot that and send it to the text number? That would help me out a lot, man, because I'm doing this. But if you can send that to me, man, because that was the one I was gonna lead up to. That one right there. That right there is the punchline. So send that to the number right here. I just want to let the people know. All right, it says the more. Let me see. Let me try to see if I can read this one. All right, let's read this one. The Moor's head is a heraldic charge associated with fresking Germany. The origin of the Moor's head, or Caput Ethiopium, right? Ethiopia, in fresking is not entirely known. That's because it's old and they be trying to hide this shit. What?
I'm just laughing.
Typically facing to the viewer's left is what you're talking about. Typically facing to the viewer's left, it appeared on the coat of arms of the old principality of the fresking as early as 1316. Now remember, the Moors got kicked out of Spain in what year?
1492.
Exactly, in 1492. So this was on as okay. So we went into Europe in the year 700, and so we were occupying Spain in southern Europe from the year 700 all the way to Portugal, yeah, all the way up to the tours of France.
And different islands that are in the Mediterranean, like Malta and these little island countries that you kind of forget about.
All right. So while there are several variations on Moors' heads in heraldry, the one used by fresking adopted by Benedict the 16th is always crowned and collared. Generally, in this form, the lips, the crown, and collar are always red, white, and the face and the hair are brown and the eyes are white. The earring is shown. If it is, it's gold. Okay? So I'm showing this to you. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot I'm on Facebook. Oh, there we go. Damn. All these comments. I was tripping, man. My fault, y'all. I'm on YouTube, too. All right. So I'm explaining that because when you see this system, so all these Moors heads, all of them. Look at all of this stuff. Okay, so here's a picture here. Here is the 10th century Moorish king of Croatia. Get a bar, Croatia.
Okay. And it makes sense because Croatia is right across from Italy. You know what I mean? It's right across the Caspian Sea, I want to say. So if it was in Italy, it was in Croatia too.
So you know when you hear that whole thing of, oh, when Europeans came to the America, they came as indentured servants. Who you think those was indentured servants? So a lot of those Europeans, yeah, that shit is fly. A lot of the Europeans that came over here as indentured servants, they weren't necessarily European. They was Asiatics. They was Moors. A lot of them was Moors, okay, that came to the Americas. Now, it's the reason why I'm showing this to you guys. First of all, like I said, I'll never miss out on an opportunity to talk about this kind of stuff. I saw Meghan Markle in the news. Oh, we're going to talk about Moorish shit up in Spain. Up in Europe. All right, here we go. Saint Maurice. And then Tariq ibn Zayed. Remember, me and Cliff have been talking about Tariq ibn Zayed. Led 300 Arabs and 7,000 Africans in conquering Spain in the year 700.
That's who the Rock of Gibraltar is named after.
Yeah, I saw that on the Unexplained. What you talking about, Mook Aaron? What you talking about? I want to know what you're talking about because send me a link if you can. I'm sorry. What did you say, brother?
No, I said Tariq, the guy right here. This is who the Rock of Gibraltar is named after.
Yes, this brother right here, General Tariq. General Tariq. Yes. So yeah, so named Rock of Gibraltar.
Yeah, it's named after Tariq.
All right. So these are what we call the Moors, right? Because we weren't always black people, right? Like black is a color that means nothing, right? Moor, on the other hand, is historical. It's regal. Why you think? Okay, we went from Moors to blackamoors to black. Why you think? Oh, Ancient Alien. Oh, okay. On History Channel. Okay, I want to see that. All right, boom. So now, this right here is in the Ancient and Modern Brits. So I have that book right there. I can see it. All right, here we go. Moors. Here's more stuff. Okay, coat of arms in Spain. All right, here go. So boom, European royalty. It's a brother though. It's a brother. You should hit Megan up and teach her about herself. She may know.
She might be lost in the sauce, man.
Here we go. More. Okay, more. So we got the Moors over here. Okay. All right, now. All right, thank you, Cliff, for the punchline. Look at this. This is beautiful stuff, man. Isn't this beautiful? This shit is beautiful, man. It feels good to have a nationality, man. We're not just black people, man. We have a history. Like, look at this here. Look at this here, man. We got the Moor, the beautiful Moor here. We got the Europeans over here. You know what I'm saying? This coat of arms of the Switzerland. This is the coat of arms of the Swiss municipality of Vinches. The Moors had a very large presence all over medieval Central Europe. Moors in Switzerland, Germany, Central Europe. Black history. It's facts. When they didn't have the equipment yet. Exactly, bro. Exactly. All right, thank you. Yeah, Cliff. So now, big ass statue be tons of pounds. How did they move them? Exactly, bro. I'm very proud of where my parents. Where are your parents from? Ethiopia? It seemed like your name is a sort of Coptic, sort of Amharic or something. Deyusia? Seems like she's like Ethiopian or something. I may be wrong. All right, Cliff, you sent that to me. Now, the reason. All right, okay, all right, yeah. So Cliff is on it. All right, boom. So this is Cliff. He sent these to me. All right, so. Okay, so boom. Look how much that is. Look how much it is. Why is it so expensive? Because it's rare. You know what I'm saying? Ladies estate piece, rare vintage, 18 karat yellow blackamoor pin of a beautiful sister here. A beautiful sister there. Okay? Read those because I'm doing this. So
okay.
Read that every once in a
All
while.
she said is her dad is from Nigeria and her mom is from the U.S.
All right, here we go here. It says Renaissance, African king, 16th century, Italy. Crown type. Cameo, obviously a European king. So this was a European king. Okay? European king. Here's a Morse brooch. Blackamoor, 10 racks. Get a bar. 10 racks. Antique, vintage, Art Deco, platinum, Blackamoor, old European. Bruce, now it's a reason why I'm showing this to you. It's a reason why I'm showing this to you. Okay, here's another brooch. Brooch.
Yeah.
A Russian. Get a bar. $13,000. Get a bar, man. Now, this is the one. This right here is the one that caused now. So now, this stuff here is real history. This is real history. Okay, here we go. Here's another brother. This is Caspar, the Black King of Germany, Moorish man. Black King of Germany. Would you get a bar? Talk.
So Meghan Markle returning home is what you're saying? She half or more and she returning home.
Yes. And so And so I say all that, and then, oh, check this one out. Oh, this is a beautiful picture here. Look at this, man. The Moors back. The Moors is back. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, back away, back away. You got the Spanish trying to get to the Moor. You know what I mean? These carry our stuff. Look at the Moor. Swag! Look at the swag, man.
Damn.
Swag, man. And then here it is. And this is the end of the road. Here is the queen. That man that we talking about, what's his name? Prince Henry or whatever? Is that this European man that we talking about?
Yeah, he's want to make Markle's husband.
Yeah, what's his name?
Prince Henry.
Henry.
Uh-huh.
That's his mom.
No, his mom was Diana.
Oh, okay.
Diana.
Oh, and then who's this lady?
I don't know who that bitch was.
Wait, no, they're Harry. Harry. It's Harry's mom.
Harry's mom was Prince Diana.
Yeah. The late I know Cliff, but who is she? I thought she was old boy's mom.
That's the lady that wore the.
I know, but I'm saying, who is she? Cause I thought that was his mom.
That's not his mom.
All right, let's find out who she is real quick. His auntie is something like that. It was a high lady. All right, I'll just say it. Anyway, this lady, we'll find out who she is. We'll find out who she is. But when Meghan Markle was like crowned, I guess, like when it was like when she was like, all right, she's gonna be a part of the family, there was a big party, right? Mm-hmm. Princess Markle of Kent. Okay, so it's a high dignitary, right? Some high dignitary. This lady came to. She's not pretty to you.
I mean, she's cool.
All right, so she came wearing a Moorish brooch, a blackamoor that I just showed you, right? I just showed you. She came wearing that, and this is what she wore, okay? And this is it. This is what she wore. And guess what happened? Guess what happened? When she wore it, Negroes, dumbass Negroes, was like, oh, she's wearing blackface. The blackface, that's racist. Blackface. What year was blackface stuff? Blackface stuff is American shit. Blackface stuff is only what, like 60 years ago?
Right.
Yeah, it's like 100 years ago. This shit right here is 500 years ago. Blackface came with the advent of television. You know what I'm saying? From the advent of television, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so here she came rocking an old school Moorish blackamoor brooch or whatever it's called. She came rocking this shit. And all the Negroes was, that's disrespectful, that's racist. No, it's not. She's paying
that's
homage.
When your own history gets erased from you. You know what I mean? So when your own history gets erased, when you actually see your history, you don't believe it your damn self. And so you believe it with the history you've been replaced with. You know
exactly.
What I mean? Like, oh,
yeah. You identify with slavery. You identify with blackface. I identify with royalty, regalness. So when I see myself, I see kings and rulers. You know what I'm saying? And those that created civilizations.
Yep. Inventors, universities. You know what I mean?
That's what I see.
Yep.
It is a compliment. It's a high compliment. And why did she wear that? She decided to wear this. First of all, why does she have it? Number one. Number two, she has it. Why is she wearing it to Meghan Markle?
The Moors are back.
The Moors are back. The Moors are back, man. To let the European know.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Meghan Markle looking kind of fine in that picture. I ain't gonna lie, man. She looking real fine.
Yeah, she is, man.
Woo, she looking good. I ain't gonna lie, man. You know what? 'Cause the way she, yeah. Oh yeah, she was a bad little something. I'm a renege on maybe my 7.7. I'm gonna have to bump her up a little bit. I'm gonna have to bump her up. All right, boss man, I can take my L. I can take my L. You know what I mean? When a man is presented with more information, you gotta change his mind.
Yeah,
you know
a wise man changes his mind often.
So I could update that. You know what I mean?
So
I think I was influenced by my brother. 'Cause my brother kept calling her a 7. You know what I mean? I was influenced by his opinions. I was like, yeah, nah. 'Cause I was arguing she was an 8. You know what I mean? He's she's a 7 something. And I was like, yeah. And then I started to see it, and I was like, yeah.
Anyway, so a wise man changes his mind often. Yes, man. The fool is obstinate. So Yeah, I mean, I'm just explaining. Cartier. Oh, that one's Cartier. So I just explaining. You know what I'm saying, what the situation is. So when you see Meghan Markle in the news or whatever, you know what I'm saying, start understanding who she is. Now, I read an article. Oh man, where is it? Where did I find that thing? Oh well. Anyway, so I read an article that was talking about there's a man, I don't have an article in front of me, but it was basically talking about how Meghan Markle, she is descendant of European kings. Okay? She's descendant of European kings. Meghan Markle. She's descendant of European
Somebody
kings.
says Queen Elizabeth II. I don't know if that's what they're saying she's descendant of. I don't think so.
Yeah. So, if you guys have anything to say about what I just showed you about Moorish history, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and give us a call. If there's anything you would like to discuss, boom. Anything you found interesting.
While it wasn't, we gotta discuss this, man. It wasn't necessarily in the interview, but I'm talking about people's reaction to the interview. Why is Negroes acting surprised that there was some reaction to Harry, or some type of quote unquote racist reaction to Harry marrying quote unquote a mulatto half mixed biracial black woman? Why are people acting so surprised about this? You know what I mean? Like in a monarchy, it's fairly new for you to even be able to marry a common person. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go back 100 years, 200 years ago, you had to marry another person of rank and nobility. You know what I'm saying? So back in the day, Prince Harry would have to have married some motherfucking duchess of some province in Spain or Germany or Brussels. You know what I mean? Who might have low-key been your third cousin or something.
Keep it down a little bit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't understand why people are so surprised. Oh man, the royal family is racist. Is it news to you guys? I don't see what the big deal is. I don't know. Niggas just like to hear themselves talk sometimes, and
Pearl
niggas
clutching.
they just like to clutch their pearls and be verklempt over something.
Yo, man, a lot of it is European people being chagrined, right? A lot of it is just I was watching Morning Joe and they were like, "Oh, this is big news. We're trying to figure out who said it." What?
Probably all of them said it. You know what I'm saying? All of them was talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Meghan Markle, you think they wanted you with open arms? You know what I'm saying? They didn't want you around.
Right.
Negroes always want to be accepted by the others, man.
Yes.
Why y'all want to be accepted so bad by people that despise you, man?
And let's be fully transparent. If let's say the situation was reversed, let's just say how you're talking about Moorish kings or whatever. If there was some so-called black king, whatever, and he came showing up with a white princess, what would you guys say? What would your conversation be on your end? You know what I mean? You got to keep that two-way street going, because I have a feeling a lot of y'all would have been like, "Oh no, that nigga got him a white woman." Come on, let's just be real. You know what I mean?
Let's be real.
A lot of you black women would have been like, "Oh, he couldn't have found no sisters to marry to be a princess." So you would have had that conversation, that little girl talk.
Drama creates chaos. Chaos breeds division. Division brings empires to a fall.
You know what I mean?
Well put.
So why are we sitting here all surprised that this stone cold redhead white man, that the family of this person has maybe a little bit of concern about this, that, and the third? That's no surprise to me. You know what I mean? That's par for the course.
Yeah.
That's to be expected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Is there anybody out there, my wife or anybody out there, any sisters out there, who saw this interview, or brothers who seen this interview, and what's the big deal? What are we missing? What's going on? What is anybody out there? Can somebody call in and tell us what, seriously, because we didn't see the interview. I actually just use this as an opportunity to go over some Moorish history. You know what I'm saying? But no, seriously. Oh, cancel culture. That's what it's about.
Man, I don't know. I mean, part of me, like I said, I watched maybe 20 minutes of it, but part of it, I just got the sense slightly that I think Meghan Markle was in over her head a little bit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And the reason why I say this is not only does she become like a celebrity, but there's also duties that come in with being the royal family. You know what I mean? Like there's duties and obligations that they have to fulfill. And she was an actress that was, if we were just being honest, she was an unknown actress. She was on the show, was it Suits? That was on like the USA Network. Like, come on, she was not some big celebrity actress that's used to this shit. You know what I'm saying? And so you have this person who basically is a working actress, but a relatively unknown actress who probably got to live her life in just normal obscurity. She got to go to the grocery store. She got to go to the mall. She got to do all these things. And 99% of the people wouldn't even recognize who she is. You know what I mean? And so you take this person, now they're dating, especially from the British standpoint, they get one of the most famous people in Britain or the UK, which is Prince Harry.
What's that equivalent to? That's like equivalent to like LeBron James?
Yeah, that might be the equivalent of Barack Obama, let's just say. Everybody knows Barack Obama. You know what I mean? Only reason I'm just trying to create, because a politician might be close to like maybe the royal family that I could think of. Or maybe a Sasha Malia Obama might be the equivalent. You know what I mean? And I think she was just like overwhelmed by it. Like all the media coverage, the circus around it. And it seems to be, it was a certain naivete to it. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, they printed a news story and it wasn't 100% right. You know what I mean? It's just like,
I feel you.
Of course. Then, when you're reading the interview, a lot of the news stories weren't 100% wrong. Like they was total fabrication.
Yeah.
It was because the news person wasn't actually in the room when it happened. They're trying to find information, corroborate information. And so when she would talk, she would even admit there are parts of the story that were true.
So it's like, so this is real prima donna-ish. Like,
no, I just think it was just a lot of naivete. It was just like naive, just almost thinking like I could just slide in, be a princess. You know what I mean? Lay up and eat grapes all day. Like I say, just do a couple little guest appearances and wave my hand like this at floats. And then it was just like a naivete of her quote unquote mulatto half blackness. Like she didn't think that was gonna be an issue at all. Like, come on, man. Like I'm being real, man. Like if I just showed up in some country that still has a monarchy, like I think Spain still has a monarchy. What other little European countries still have a monarchy? Like Monaco, I think still has a monarchy. But like these countries that still have monarchies, if I just showed up as some arm candy to like a high-ranking prince who's like a princess, who's like the daughter of the queen or a granddaughter of the queen, which makes me in more of a direct line to succession to the crown, I know there's gonna be some smoke for me.
It's gonna be some
there's
smoke.
Gonna be some smoke for me.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like I know that. You know what I mean? And I gotta take that. Like, yo, I'm willing to take all this smoke because I really love this little like Becky right here. You know what I mean? Like this little Becky's really cool. You know what I mean? My little offspring's about to be fourth in line to the crown or whatever it might be. You know what I mean? And it seems like she didn't make that calculus in a way. You know?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know what was going through her head, but I think it was definitely a certain naivete. Like, it was just naive to all that shit, you know? Like, she thought that she was about to be a little Disney little fairy tale. We was about to just kick it, travel the world, do what we do. Yeah, she knew there was going to be press taking pictures and shit, so I know she's a smart woman. Like, when you hear her talk, you can tell she's obviously a smart woman. So this is not a shot at her intellect at all, because she's obviously a smart woman, but it's more a shot at her outlook on the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you obviously had blind spots to the situation.
That's right.
That I feel like any half-wit could have kind of halfway figured out a little bit, man. Like, Shit's kind of bewildering to me. But even that though, what's even more bewildering is people acting all shocked that there was a response.
Got
to
you.
her, man.
Yeah.
Like why the fuck y'all surprised about this shit?
That's
Like,
right. That's right, Craig.
Like it's just another day at the golf course. Like
So, all right, yo, thank you for calling Circle 7 Media.
Yo, it's like y'all had two different shows today. Y'all got jumped on a new interesting topic. I was like, I got my call and I was good.
Yeah, it's like
I
three.
brought this to the table. This the sauce right here.
Yeah.
I mean, just like, hey, Craig, you're on a roll right now. Look, because all those like kingdoms and monarchs, those countries, some of them, even when they have like this poser society going on where it's like the monarch is supposed to just be like symbolic, but they're said to not have the same power like they used to, right?
yeah.
Like the UK, they have a whole different parliament system thing going on. I think France does too, but low key, those royal families still own a lot of shit. I think a lot of their power is actually still theirs. It's just they're not really sharing everything like that, sharing the power, like sharing that they're still kind of in charge of more than we think they are. You know what I mean? Because, for example, like in the U.S., that's why we're not allowed to have noble names. Like, we're not allowed to have a king of the U.S. or someone who calls himself the Prince of the Duke of New York or Alabama. Like,
Yeah.
we can't do that at all.
Right.
That was part of the terms of when they came back during, what was that, the War of 1812?
Yeah, America was off that. They didn't want no kings.
Yeah, because they thought the Americans were going to have businessmen start calling themselves kings. They thought they were going to have lawyers and
Damn, Cliff
all
Notes
of our
and shit.
janky, like all of our businessmen out here. So they don't let us do that, bro. Like
Right.
that's
Right,
like we're
right,
not
right.
allowed to do that. That's like in law.
Right.
And it's like, what's the reason for that? It's because low key, it's like from what I heard, this is rumorville. You know what I mean? But it's because ultimately, we're still under their monarchy. Like, we have to recognize their royals as ours. So I think there's a whole, like, a bunch of shit we don't even know behind the scenes that she get in this family that she probably didn't even know she was really signing up for. You know what I mean?
She might not have known. But that shows you how naive you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you're not just marrying into some rich guy's family. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, do your research. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like, imagine on a lower level, right? Imagine I'm at the club and the Kardashians show up and one of them want to rock with your boy.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I'm hollering at a Kardashian and my whole life changes and I'm frustrated because now I got to be on a TV show. I mean, they want me to act a certain way, wear certain clothes. I can't go to the grocery store. I can't chill. You know what I mean? Everything I do, I got to watch what I do because it's going to be like some website's going to try to catch me slipping and embarrass the Kardashian person. You know what I mean? And that's just out here on a lower level. You know what I mean? Like a Lamar Odom or a Tiger or somebody.
Yeah.
So imagine just her going to a country where it's like, you compare them to like Obama, right? But it's like Obama, he was hot out here for like 4 years at first, and he's keeping it going. But somebody like a Prince is like
a whole lifetime.
Yes,
he was a kid.
Exactly.
A whole lifetime.
Like, you
That's right.
like a local celebrity that's been around a dub 40 years almost. Like whatever how old he is.
It's like Michael Jackson or some shit, you know?
Yeah, bro. But so I just think it's just a whole different playing field, man. I don't know how many of y'all out here if y'all ever like get with somebody who has some sort of clout or a quote unquote high position in society, like a church's daughter, a pastor's daughter or something. Even that's like low level pressure.
Right.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
you're
man.
Absolutely right.
My dad's the chief of the police force. Like, oh, nigga, like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's pressure. You gotta have to maintain some sort of like swag or some sort of decorum. You know? Imagine the chick, LA girl, just gotta go to fucking the UK and be like a princess, bro. Nah, man, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Also, her Princess Di, old boy's mom, Princess Di, had that same problem. You know,
She-
there's also
did she kill
all
herself?
types of.
No, she got into the police, not the police. I'm sorry. Reporters were chasing her, and she got into a car accident and died.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even that's so shaky, right?
Well, I mean, I know there's some people that think they didn't like it because Princess Diana was dating some dude who's kind of Arabic. I think I forget his name, and I know people was mad about that. I think he was Arabic. I can't remember, but I know he was
I'm not
something like that.
Interesting.
That's also what. There's also the rumorville conspiracy. Like that wasn't no accident. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard that.
It just like low key, like my personal opinion about them. This couple renouncing their duties and coming to the U.S.
Yeah, what was up with that? Like, yeah, they
part of
renounced
that
their
makes me feel
duties
like-
and came out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, that's a
A
little
part of me
tidbit.
is like low key feeling like they were forced to do something similar to that.
Hey, hold on one second, Cliff.
They just can't speak on it.
No, I was going to say that in the interview, when they came to the U.S. after what you're talking about, that they stayed in Tyler Perry's house.
What?
Yes.
Tyler
He
Perry?
said Tyler Perry called them and offered them sanctuary in his house in California.
How did
And
he
that's where
become
they
a character
stayed.
in this novel?
Nigga.
What? Tyler Perry?
They stayed at Tyler Perry's house for like 3 months or something.
Really?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
gangster.
Yes.
Supposed to be trying to network.
Yeah, nah. You know Tyler Perry like a black woman in distress. That's what all his movies be about. I don't know.
Captain Save-A-Hoe ass nigga.
Right. You know, we trying to get some new storylines together. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get that up close and personal. Oh, how's this shit go down? Word. Taking notes. Oh, tell me what happened again.
Yeah.
He trying to get the exclusive Medea Prince Harry movie. That's all he's trying to do.
Right. No, I thought that shit was funny though. I was like, damn, man, they would stay at Tyler Perry's house? That's just crazy. But also, it kind of made me kind of like think about how connected some of these celebrities be. When
Right.
you pass a certain threshold, you know what I mean? Where you even have a connective and do some shit.
Yeah,
Like
the
that.
royal family.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be a Medea movie hanging with Meghan Markle. That's all that is. Like, but y'all stay on now. Great show.
Oh, okay. You sure? All right.
Well, I had nothing else to add really. Let's go with the question.
All right.
All right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let me play this shit right here. And then we'll get to our last topic.
Yeah, that's the other part of Maurice is saying. Not only did he stay at their place, he offered them security too.
Oh.
He gave them some goons. Tyler Perry got them goons.
If you miss any of these new clips, you can watch all of them right now on CBS's Morning's Twitter and YouTube accounts. We'll actually watch it starting at 9 o'clock Eastern. So, Oprah, in this unaired excerpt, Meghan and Harry discussed feeling not about the royal family from attacks in the UK towers. And they say the attacks on them were different because of race. You remember this one? Let's listen.
You've had these conversations with your family members and know why you left. So has anybody said, I'm sorry you had to make that move, or I'm sorry you felt that you had to do that because you felt we were not supporting you?
No, sadly not. The feeling is that this was our decision, therefore the consequences are on us. And despite 3 years of asking for help and seeing or
So, is he's like redheadish? So he's like Irish? He's of Irish descent? Or
Well, they're from German.
Just
The
it was-
Windsor family is actually from Germany.
it's been really
A lot of
hard
Germans have kind of
because
Windsor too.
I'm part of the system.
yeah, right. She had to step in. She's like, "Let me do this, Gail." So
But I guess I'm very aware of this. That
yeah,
my
man.
brother
So ultimately, you know what I mean? It's a whole bunch of nothing. You dig? Whole bunch of nothing. You know what I mean? Like everybody. To us, it ain't nothing.
I mean, to her, it's the world, obviously.
Yeah, it's the world. Yeah. Because she talking about committing suicide.
Yeah,
so
she
it's
did say
obviously,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, I ain't trying to belittle what she going through, but for us, it don't really have much of a, you know what I mean? It's just the Moors are back. And it's just like, whoever her children are, they're gonna be of royalty, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, you know what I mean? Hopefully she has a boy, you know what I mean?
Well, I think that was the other part that she was talking about of the possibly, I think, the stripping of the titles, though. So I don't remember the details of that, so I don't want to say something wrong. But I do remember her saying something that because they're stepping down from the roles, the reason why they don't have security is because when they step down, they no longer have titles. And when they don't have those titles, security comes with the title. If you don't have the title, then you don't get the security. And so I think it's also her children won't have the title either. Which I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't want to say something wrong and be giving out misinformation, but I do remember her saying something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So before we move on, that's anybody else want to call in, have something to say about that? Shout out to One King B. Shout out to Doe Town. Shout out to G&B Blicky. Shout out to Mook Aaron. I think you're going to be officially part of the force and intimate liaison. I'm following you. If I follow you back, you're a part of the force. Okay? Why do I see the one and only T and Nasret no one? Why do I see both? Oh, phone and laptop. I get it. All right, so if you're new here, make sure you follow, okay? My name is Ali Salam.
I'm Craig.
And this is the Affairs of Men, okay? This is what this show is. This show is live every day at 7 p.m., okay? The network is called Circle 7 Media, okay? Let's see. We talk this kind of stuff throughout the week, okay? And, you know, we tackle news stories on a nightly basis. And we do battle rap on Saturdays. Normally, he comes on Sunday, but we had a special rap battle yesterday, so we moved yesterday's show to today.
Yes. Normally, I'm here on Sundays, but because of the rap battle yesterday, I came in today.
Yep. And those rap battles were fascinating, man. Those are great battles, man. So, you know, we'll do a recap, you know what I'm saying, throughout the week. You know what I mean? Oh, I might do 2 a day. So I might do a surprise, like, for those that follow. Excuse me. For you guys that follow, I might do a surprise show during daytime. Like, you know what I'm saying? I might do a show at like 2 p.m. or something like that. Throughout, just a surprise show. It doesn't mean, so if I do that show, it doesn't mean that there won't be a 7 p.m. show. That day, I'll do a 2 a day, okay? So if you see me on earlier, that's what it is. I'm just trying to get, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, new listeners, new watchers at a different time period. So that's what's up with that. All right, so what's the next thing that we're going to bring up? It's our last topic for today. What did you want to bring up, man?
The last topic for today, we're going to be talking about, it's labeled as an attack on men, but really, it's the...
You sent me the article?
Yes. It's actually a crisis. It's not a crisis, but the sperm count in men is decreasing for different factors. It's environmental factors, and it is also environmental factors, obviously meaning like chemicals, pollutions, plastics, probably lack of sleep, stress, all that stuff. And also, because of this modern world that we live in, we're less active than we were in previous ages, and our lack of activity is actually dropping the sperm count of men. And so now it's starting to drop to the point that there's some people that's starting to ring alarm bells that this could have impacts on the populations going forward. I actually want to tie this topic into a topic that Ali Salam had earlier about the population decrease of basically people aren't having babies right now because of the pandemic, and the numbers had dropped. I was reading that possibly in the month of December, it was estimated so far that there was 300,000 less babies born in the month of December compared to the December of the previous year. So December of 2020, it was 300,000 less babies born in the United States than December of 2019. And that is 9 months after basically the pandemic started in March. So that's why that December is a key month, because it's exactly 9 months. And a lot of people had predicted that actually there was going to be more babies. You know what I mean? Because people was going to be home. they're gonna be getting it in because there's no other activities to fill your time. You know what I mean? You making those little midnight voyages and during the witching hour to link up with your little ratchet boo or whatever you was gonna do. And so this story, I feel like, kind of connects with that because not only do you have women having less children
Skin
because
tone
of
would be.
higher education,
That surprised me. What also surprised
people,
me
delayed
was,
families having
and
kids
that's why
later.
I clarified.
But now you also have this problem of basically men having less swimmers in the pool. You know what I mean? Like you ain't got as many swimmers in the pool as you used to. Like you take a man 100 years ago, 200 years ago, and he had a lot more access, you know what I mean, kids doing their thing than now. So you know what I mean? I just think it's a topic that we need to address, especially if we talk about the survival of our species, because now there's just like the effects and the ramifications of that as far as economy, culture, all of those things. Because the way our economic systems are set up, they're always based on growth. It's always more customers. And the way you always have more customers is just that the population grows. You know what I mean? The population's bigger, I have more people to sell to, I make more money. But now it looks like, especially with, like I said, the delayed in family, when people are having families, we have this 300,000 less kids been born in the month of December than the previous.
And
December.
so that's in America?
I believe that's just in America. Yes.
Wow.
And so,
I gotta use your restroom.
Yeah.
One second.
So, you know what I mean? So I thought that was an important topic for us to address and to get into because of that. Because it's you know, you don't. So, but we're gonna wait for Ali for a second. But it kind of lets me know, or it always lets me know that the rule is true, is that every action has a reaction. Nothing is purely negative or positive. You know what I mean? There's influences on both. Something good might happen, but there's also a negative side to that. And so by that, I mean our modern world. Our modern world makes it to where you could just hop in the car and drive to work and cover hundreds of miles out of a shorter period of time. In past times, you had to jump on that horse or donkey in order to get to where you're going. You know what I mean? And so it's the benefit because now we have all these airplanes, we have cell phones, we have the internet, we have all these things. So that's good, but a byproduct of that is that we're polluting our environment to get these things. You're digging these resources out of the ground. And by digging these resources out of the ground, whether it be the cobalt or the magnesium to make chips for cell phones, whether it be gold, silver, whether it be the gas in the petroleum in the ground that's coming from different countries that are gas rich, like there's an effect on that, on the population. And part of that effect is it's affecting the system of men and women. Because for men, you're starting to have lower sperm counts. But for women, you're starting to have things where women are having their periods earlier than in past generations. You know what I mean? Because in the past, like I said, you go back 100 years, a woman might not have had her period until she was somewhere maybe between like 12 or 14. But now, because like I said, plastic, which increases like estrogen and things like that, you have women that now might have periods as early as like 8, 9 years old. And that's a direct effect of the environment. You know what I mean? So there's always that give or take, that plus and minus, that positive and negative of things. And so these are just things to be mindful of that we're going to get into. You know what I mean? Like, you out here, you could get from point A to point B in a car, lickety split. You can hop on that airplane and travel the globe. But the effects is, like I said, you ain't got as many swimmers in your pool right now. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? You over here, You ain't shooting up the club like you used to, and you wondering why. It's because you got your food stored in that Tupperware with that plastic.
Wow.
You got water in plastic bottles. That plastic is leaching into the water. You know what I mean? And all these different things. So now, they're projecting like decades into the future, hundreds of years from now. It might be harder for quote unquote men to reproduce naturally how we know it now. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna be shooting up the box no more. You might be fertilizing that egg through some scientific shit. You know what I mean?
It kind of lets me know that like you better get it in while you're young. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? When your shit is, you know what I mean? Like more pure, because shit, by the time you get older, it's more time for the carcinogens and the plastics and all that stuff to, you know what I mean, damage the swimmers. You know what I mean?
Well, because your mom is affected by this shit at birth, like you just might not even produce more, maybe as much at a younger age too, because of that. You know.
All right,
so we're about to get into this article now.
All right. Add falling sperm counts to the list of threats to human survival. Epidemiologists warn. Humanity is facing not only a coronavirus pandemic, a climate crisis, but its existence is also threatened by a falling sperm count because of chemical exposures. A prominent scientist warns in a new book. Chemicals in our environment, stop me at any time. Chemicals in our environment and other lifestyle factors in our modern age have harmed our reproductive health to an extent that in the future, it may not be possible for most people to reproduce the old-fashioned way. Says Shayna Swan, an environmental and reproductive scientist at the Icahn School of Medicine in Mount Sinai in New York, with more than 4 decades, that's 40 years, of experience in the field. Sperm counts, I wonder if, do they start getting into the so-called races?
No, not in this article, no.
Sperm counts among men in North America, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand declined more than 59%. Now, I want to be very clear. Are those people of European descent? People of African descent? Because that is the difference. It's a difference. Because the Europeans are telling us they're not having babies as they normally do. Yeah. Right? They have this whole white genocide fear that they talk about. Matter of fact, the white supremacists tell you, we need to have more babies. We need to have more babies. That's what Steve King and a lot of the, you know what I mean, the white supremacists have said. So when you talk about men in North America, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand, the first thing I think about is, you know what I'm saying, men of European descent.
Yes. Because
European migration, right? This is his hood, right? It's the so-called white man. Right? Wow. Sperm counts among men in North America, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand declined more than 59%.
Yes. First of all, I want to know whose job it is to count this. That's a hell of a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're definitely...
Pause. That whole job is a pause.
Yo, you be at the cocktail party. Oh, what do you do for
pause, cocktail.
Oh, I just count the sperm from men that come in the clinic. You know what I mean? That's
pause.
You know
yeah, that whole thing. Honestly though, bro, that's crazy, bro. In 40 years, a little over 40 years, it dropped more than half.
Yes. And so every man that's watching now, this includes you too, probably. Don't think that you're immune and somehow this ain't you. You know what I mean? If you was in 1973 or earlier, you was shooting off more out of the rocket. You know what I mean? You shooting off way more.
But it's not even, I guess, it's about one man. But it's really about like
the collective.
Yeah.
It's the collective. As a whole. That's what I'm saying. You shooting off less material, as let's just call it.
It's just like, that means it's less kids, man. It's less like, the white man's not producing he's not producing children's. Hey, listen, the Mexicans, I don't think or the Mexicans, they seem like they don't have that problem.
Well,
They're having a lot of kids.
yeah, not even as many as they used to. Once they become Americanized, you know what I mean, they start getting a hold of that McDonald's and all that shit too.
Yeah. Wow. 59% from 1973 to 2011, according to a meta-analysis Swan wrote in 2017. At the current rate, half of men in those countries would have no sperm in 2045.
Now you understand why this is important. Why I thought this story was important. She's predicting that by 2045, that's only like 15 years from now. First off, that's only like 15 years from now. And a lot of us will still be alive. You know what I mean? Praise
Inshallah.
Allah. Praise
Yeah.
Allah. We might still be alive in 15
Oh my
years.
God.
And that means half of those new kids you're going to be seeing walking around ain't going to have no water in their tank. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to be shooting blanks. Shooting blanks. And
Ain't no comments. Ain't nobody saying nothing.
Well,
Golly, man.
There's a good movie, because I like movies called Children of Men. You know what I mean? In Children of Men, there was
I remember you had me watching that. That shit fucked me up, man.
There was no kid in the movie Children of Men. There was no kid born in like 15 or 18 years or something like that. You know what I mean? So it'd been like 18 years since a new kid had been born on Earth, and they didn't know why the fertility had dropped in women, because women weren't able to have kids anymore, but they didn't know why. You know what I mean? And basically, this is what this shit is looking like. In 2045...
excuse me, in that movie...
Yes, in that movie.
It so happened to be a black woman who had the baby.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And they were trying to hide it. You go ahead and move. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes. And so you talk about by 2045, you have this scientist and her staff or whatever is predicting that possibly... Because like I said, these are theories, you know what I mean? And these theories could be wrong, so you got to keep that in mind too. However, she's not just saying this out of nowhere, so you still have to like take some credence to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't just saying this shit out of a vacuum. She's seen the data, she's studied it. Like, she's been studying this for 4 decades. You know what I mean? So she knows more of what she's talking about than the average person. You know, just give her that credit. You know,
Children of Men was a good movie.
yes,
That was a good movie, man. He said, thank you.
yes.
Wow. Oh, look at that. There it is right there. Some of what we've been thinking of as fiction from stories as The Handmaid's Tale. What's that?
It's a TV show. I believe it's on HBO, but I'm not sure if it's on HBO. But it's a little dystopian future where I think women are divided up, and you have some women that are just there to reproduce and make other kids for the population. But I've never saw Handmaid's Tale.
So
It's actually a book too.
some of what we've been thinking of as fiction from the stories of The Handmaid's Tale and the movie you said, Children of Men, is rapidly becoming a reality, Swan writes in her new book. With science writer Stacey Colonio out this week, count down how our modern world is threatening sperm counts, altering male and female reproductive development, and imperiling the future of the human race. Wow. Because excuse me, normally we're kind of taught like, oh, the woman is losing her eggs. As she gets older, you want to preserve the eggs, da-da-da-da. And it's normally, you know, I guess a chauvinistic thing, but kind of blame it on the woman like, oh, well, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, but the table is like turning the table, like, oh, man. And then on top of it, I'm asking you, obviously the article's right here, but do they talk about cell phones? And like, because there was a lot of people saying that like cell phones, don't put it by your nuts and stuff like that.
Right, because it emits low-level microwave frequencies.
Yeah. In the book, Swan argues that chemicals pervasive in our world are interfering with the hormones in our body and contributing to harmful reproductive health outcomes in men and women. Those endocrine disrupting chemicals include, what time is it? Endocrine disrupting chemicals include
9:40.
Okay. Chemicals that are 9:40. Okay, cool. Let me see. All right, cool, guys. About 10, 15 more minutes, guys. All right, these endocrine disrupting chemicals included chemicals that are water soluble and wash out of our bodies, such as phthalates and disphenol, a BPA, as well as forever chemicals that do not degrade, such as whatever those it is, polyfluoroalkyl alkyl substances. Forever chemicals, them shits don't ever degrade. Forever chemicals, toxic forever chemicals found in drinking water throughout the United States of America.
Is that a link to click, or I think that's the end of the article. Is that? Yeah, I think that's another article now or something. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, not open on another page. Oh, I did it twice. Latest COVID. Okay, the chemicals enter our bodies through food and drink, microscopic airborne particles we inhale, and the products we absorb through our skin. Swan said they're found in plastic and vinyl, floor and wall coverings, medical tubings, medical devices, children's toys, plastics. It sounds like plastics.
A lot of it's plastics.
Nail polishes, perfumes, hairspray, soaps, shampoos, and more. You see, this is another reason why you have regulation on certain industries, right? The Republicans, no regulations, no regulations. They just run amok. If you have capitalism run amok, you have shit like this, man. Side effects, you know what I mean? Yep. Donald Trump and them and the Republicans, they don't want no fucking
regulations.
Thank you, brother. No regulations. Meanwhile, these same chemicals is literally killing our children, making seedless fruits.
Yeah.
Platelets, for example, are commonly consumed through foods, she says, like MSG, and don't, you know what I mean? They're added to plastics to make them soft and squishy. Think of shower curtains, rubber duckies, soft tubing. The processed food we eat passes through soft tubing that getting into its packaging. When these chemicals in the plastic come in contact with the food, the platelets leave the plastic and leach into the food.
Yep.
When we eat the food, it gets into our bodies.
Yep.
Wow. No. Wow. Endocrine disrupting chemicals can interfere.
Endocrine is your hormone system in the body or whatever. So when they say endocrine, that's what they're talking about. The hormone system that regulates the hormones in your body.
Your testosterone.
Testosterone,
estrogen,
all that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Wow. Endocrine disrupting chemicals can interfere with hormones in several. What article is this? Somebody asked, what article is this? Endocrine disrupting chemicals can interfere with hormones in several different Z-fold game popping. That shit editing heavy waves.
The article is in USA Today.
What was it called?
It's called Add Falling Sperm Counts to the Threats to Human Survival. It's written by Grace, I don't know how you pronounce her last name, Hauck. And this article is from March 1st, 2021. So this article is only like 7 days old. So this is not some old ass article.
Islam.
You know what I'm saying?
Islam.
So this is a new article about 7 days ago on USA Today.
Endocrine disrupting chemicals can interfere with hormones in several different ways. Platelets may trick the body into thinking that it has more testosterone than it actually does, causing the body to stop producing testosterone and increasing the chances the man will be infertile or have a lower sperm count.
That's a bar right there. Now I get what it's doing.
It's tricking
the body, so the body's thinking.
We got enough.
Oh, we got plenty. Oh man, our storerooms are full. You know what I mean? And then you go check the shit's empty.
Fake news.
Yep. Then when the famine come, you look in there and the shit's all empty.
And then now you're all flabby. You know what I mean? No testosterone. Oh man, you don't want testosterone is like that's your get up and go. You know what I mean? That's your whole your sexual desire. You know what I mean? Your heart erection, your ability to you know what I mean? You know how young kids, they just young men, they'll just fuck it, they just go do shit. That's where your testosterone comes, man. Man, fuck the police, all that that's testosterone. You know what I mean? And so you all flabby and all tired, and you know what I mean? You don't wanna make love to your woman. You know what I mean? You ain't got no drive. you lift weights, but you know what I mean? Low T. Man, they already say that our whole society is low T. You know what I mean? As they say.
Yeah.
All right. Trick the body, increasing the chances that a man will become infertile or have a lower. Dr. Pat Hunt, a geneticist at the Washington State University School of Molecular Biosciences, god damn, that's some shit. That's some serious shit. Have been studying the effect of chemical exposure on male and female fertility since a laboratory accident in 1998 alerted her to the harmful effects of household products. Over the years, I watched the opinions of my scientific colleagues change as the evidence has become increasingly convincing. There's no question that sperm counts have fallen. The hypothesis that sperm counts have fallen due to exposure to these chemicals has also gained more and more credence. Some trade groups, however, question it's always people that question everything.
Always. Because it's an economic motive. You know what I mean? Because if you question, if your whole job, if your whole business is making plastic bags, and now niggas is saying, oh, plastic bags is making low sperm count. Of course, if you make plastic bags, you're going to be like, well, we got scientists on our side that say the opposite. It ain't the plastic bag.
Until you can actually prove the link that actually, you know what I mean? It's all conjecture, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Some trade groups, however, question the connection between endocrine disrupting chemicals, adverse health outcomes, and some scientists have criticized studies for lack of evidence demonstrating a direct causation between the two. I just told you, right? That's what they do all the time. There's no direct causation. Like I just said it. They have to show the actual link. You know what I mean?
But it's funny because a part they don't disprove is that sperm counts are dropping. So if I'm saying it's plastics and it might not be plastic, okay, but that still doesn't change the fact that sperm counts are dropping. We got to find out why.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
75th Surgeon, thanks for the follow.
So if it's not this, it's something. Like somebody talk about 5G towers or whatnot. Like it could be anything. It could be from the electromagnetic fields from electricity. You know what I mean? Like, it could be all these things. It could be radio waves from we're using a radio. It could be any of these things that could possibly be
That's right, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas got because they're talking about in the last 40 years since 1973, you know what was introduced, I think, into the late 70s was the microwave. Everybody got microwaves in their houses now. So how much of you be turning on that microwave to pop popcorn, how much is that microwave affecting your sperm count?
All right. We don't have a microwave.
I don't either. I don't have a microwave in my house.
You don't have a microwave? I don't have a microwave. That convectional heater is just as fast, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not just as fast, but it's like, it's good, yeah. Vinyl Verified, an organization working to promote public perception of vinyl. What do you think they're going to say?
Oh, but this study was inconclusive. The study population was too small.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It only the sample size didn't reflect this, that, or third. They didn't take this into account. You know, it's always going to be that.
And think about this for a second. Why would there be an organization that promotes the public perception of vinyl anyway? It's the vinyl corporations that created it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, so there's just people, I want to promote the vinyl. Like, that's just the goodness of my heart.
The friends of vinyl. Right.
A select number of, they write on their website that, quote, a select number of competitive interest and agenda-driven activists have advanced a dishonest campaign to mislead consumers, and they deny them their right to make their own decisions about vinyl.
They always use that personal freedom shit as a bullshit fig leaf argument for shit. You know what I mean? It's your personal decision on if you should do this or not. But is it really? Like, because we were talking about vinyl or plastic. Everything in the grocery store is in plastic of some sort. Whether it be a plastic bag, like when you buy a candy bar, it's always in a plastic wrapper. When is it ever not in a plastic wrapper? So them trying to act like it's your personal choice. What is the choice? There is no other choice. There is no other choice.
That's a good point. And some scientists question whether sperm counts are falling at all. Alan Pacey, a professor of androgens at Britain's University of Sheffield say that while he believes prenatal exposure to endocrine disrupting chemicals can affect, so he agrees,
It could affect male fetal development.
he remains, quote, unconvinced by the data suggests that sperm counts have fallen worldwide because of this, right? It's like, yeah, he got shot, but I don't know if that's the reason why he died. I mean,
Yes.
he got shot in.
Maybe the hospital wasn't moving fast enough to the hospital. The ambulance wasn't moving fast enough.
Yeah, there's
So
no
he
direct
got
evidence.
shot,
Yeah.
but if the ambulance moved faster, he could have been saved. So you can't blame it on a bullet.
Right.
You got to blame it on the ambulance not moving fast enough. Like,
that's right.
fuck out of here, man.
That's right.
But the cold part is he agrees that it affects fetal development from a pregnant woman. So it can affect that, but somehow magically it can't affect this. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
I think that science and medicine have accepted this hypothesis uncritically. Pacey said, extraordinary claims generally require extraordinary evidence. However, apparently this is not the case. 2017, Swan co-wrote an improvement because of it used more controlled measures. She did not. Okay. They said that it was impressive. So basically, the study is they have revised the study a little more and more, and trying to make it more better and better and better. Mm-hmm. And so now, worldwide fertility. Yeah, it is. Thank you. Worldwide fertility dropped by 50% from 1960 to today. Worldwide. That might be on purpose. Because population control and stuff, they be trying to limit the amount of like births and stuff.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. It could definitely be on purpose.
Such people are choosing to have children later in life and having smaller families. That is the case. But what's surprising is fertility is dropping across age groups. Not only are sperm counts in men gradually declining, but boys are also seeing higher rates of genital abnormalities. Testicular cancers and cysts. And among women, the risk of miscarriage have been rising amongst all ages. The fuck is going on, man? Part of this picture has an element of choice in it. A part of it doesn't. People are not choosing to lower the sperm count. Lifestyle factors, diet, physical activity, smoking, alcohol, drug use can alter hormone levels and are playing a role in the decline. It's all eugenics, says Junior P. But Swan says she's most concerned about chemical exposures, particularly for pregnant women and children. So at the end of the day, they're saying remove, replace, and regulate. Lays out an action plan, the 3 R's, remove, replace, and regulate. The chemicals themselves have to be removed, right? Essentially. You can't possibly eliminate plastics from your life, but you can buy different products, right? There is a rule in my house that plastics of any sort don't go into the dishwasher. Never go into the microwave. You hear that? So they're saying never put plastics in a microwave. And she says, I read labels obsessively. Swan calls for much larger societal changes.
Yeah. Basically, she says she replaces that with glass. So she puts things in glass bottles and jars as much as she can.
So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, where you was going is, what I was talking about. You could throw your little 2 cents on it, but when I, read this earlier, it really showed me how everything in the world really does have a positive and negative to it. You know what I mean? And this is just like another case that proves that. You know what I mean? Because in our modern world, we have developed certain conveniences. You know what I mean? Like I was saying, like being able to use our cell phones, putting gas in our car, having air conditioning and lights. You know what I mean? Like we take this shit for granted that you can just flip a switch and turn on the light. So now the positive is we can now live life in the dark or live life at night that we weren't able to. You know what I mean? Because back then you had to motherfucking have candles and motherfucking kill whales, use whale oil for lamps and shit. You know what I mean? But the byproduct of that is now this shit is affecting our endocrine systems. You know what I mean? It's affecting our hormones. You know what I mean? But it also, I feel like, in an odd way, kind of shows the beauty of nature. You know what I mean? The beauty of nature being that you guys are altering the land. You're altering the natural environment, and nature then has a plan for you. You know what I mean? Like, you just think that you're going to get out here willy-nilly and be extracting this from my crest, from the crust of the topsoil. You know what I mean? You think you're going to just take my gold, my minerals, my oil, my riches, and it's not going to have no effect. You know what I mean? So
yes,
I think there's a certain beauty in that. You know what I mean? It shows you the limitations of things, and nothing is boundless. You know?
Wow.
Nothing is infinite. You know?
Yeah. So. Yeah, now we were talking about the male sperm count dropping 50%, 60% in the United States amongst European nations, right? Europe, North America, Australia, basically where the white man is. His sperm count has been, and fertility has dropped over 60%. 60%.
And predicting by 2045, half of men might be infertile.
And then, 2045, something like even nobody's fertile no more. In certain, that you can only have children through synthetic means. So that's what we're talking about. I appreciate it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. You guys be safe, be good. You know what I mean? Oh, go on to the, go here. Go here, boom. Go there. And, you know what I'm saying? That's my YouTube. If you want to watch this show again, it's up there on YouTube. That's the Cash App. You know what I'm saying? If you feel inclined, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, thank you, brother.
All right.
Thank you, man. If there's anybody, what does get my attention from Native American? Please tell me. We have some. What does get my attention?
I'm not sure what they're.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But shout out to the Native Americans, though. That's what's up. So, yeah. I guess, you know what I'm saying? I guess you can call in, I guess, if you want to. 424-261-3107. We'll take one call if you would like to. Shout out to everybody that's not out here, man. That must be the filter. Yo, it might be some words that you're using. I heard that caffeine, like, certain words that won't let you get off.
Man.
Yeah,
Right.
Yep. So, yeah, guys. So, yeah, man, just be careful out there, guys. You know what I'm saying? Be very, very careful. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you want children. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, yo, that's crazy, bro. Like, they're saying that, like, as a whole, like, I don't know, man. It just so happened to be that the scientists are saying that if we don't do anything about population, we're gonna reach critical mass. That's what they say. There's not gonna be enough resources for planet Earth.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, now all of a sudden, men are becoming infertile. All of a sudden. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just like, it opens the ground up for some sort of conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? What about animals? That's a fucking great question.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Man, that's a real ill job to have. I count the sperm of animals and shit.
Because a lot of the animals are affected by how, like, those same chemicals, like, in our environment. You know what I mean? Especially the chemicals in water, because a lot of these plastics and stuff end up in water.
They end up in the water supply, yes.
Yep.
Yes. Well, I have heard that it had impact on fish in the marine life specifically. I haven't heard about, land-based animals, but I have heard of the impact that it's had on fish. So they're mammals and animals too. So
yeah.
So it definitely affects them.
Yeah. All right, guys. Appreciate it, man. You guys be good. See y'all tomorrow, live 7 p.m. Get it in. Thank you, brother.
All right, I'm here every Sunday. I'll be back next Sunday for another exciting episode. You know what I mean?
All right, y'all, man. Peace out, y'all. Peace.
that shit was important. Cause now you see why I thought that was an important topic, man. Cause when I saw that sentence about nigga, they're estimating them motherfuckers about like 2045 half motherfuckers might be infertile and shit. I was like, ooh, yeah, we gotta talk about this shit.